time. That's what I keep on saying till I lose my mind. Feel like a man in a series, shine like a moon in the last sky. Can you believe it till the end of your life?
We're back. A bit. Let's see. Whoa. Whoa.
All right, and we're back in it. So
Yay.
last time we finished off a bit of investigation and stuff, and as a brief refresher, we're basically, I think, in what I would assume would be, assuming I haven't completely lost the plot, like the second week of being here, probably in like the middle of it. So did you guys want to start with anything immediately off the bat during that day? I know you were looking, obviously, originally for Percival, and you told Toby, so he's like, yeah, I'll tell her to come find you guys. So you settled that. Is there anything else you need to get done right away that day? I didn't think so, but if there is, tell me.
No. I don't think, like, immediately, like, right now I need to, with the burning passion, do something.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Same.
Okay.
He also.
Okay. Right. So, we can assume you guys just spend your time the rest of the day doing whatever you'd like. Establish any funny details you want now, but we'll transition to at least the next day for anything else you want to get done, and then after we've covered anything you guys want to do, I'll have any required things happen, and then we'll go on to the job that's within the next, event section of what we're actually doing.
Yes, can I establish, if Richard would permit, can Claire and Viridian be playing Jenga?
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah. Okay. Noted. Yeah. Heavily influencing things. Thanks.
Well, it's like a metaphor.
Yeah, Gwen's playing solitaire.
No, I got it.
Oh, it's a metaphor.
What's it a metaphor?
Liam took mine.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
We can play together.
All right.
No, Felix is
more.
meditating then. I don't care. Fuck off.
Awesome. All right. So, everyone, what's on the agenda?
Oh, like next day?
Well, like I said, I just covered to make sure there's nothing you immediately felt was you were running to do.
Oh.
Now, what do you want to do?
I
Well,
didn't think about it.
the only...
What was that, Liam? I'm sorry?
Sorry.
No.
I think we as a
He's being
team
cute.
wanted to tell Artie and his
Yeah.
folks.
I wanted to ask.
I don't know if we want to do that first, if anyone had anything else before that.
Yeah, and I did want to clarify. Now, you agreed as a team you were going to do it. So are you all going to go tell him as like a four-man unit, try and find him? Or is there any conscientious objectors or people who just didn't care, apparently, and want to, like, remove themselves from a scene for no reason?
well, Clara pushed to tell him in the first place, so obviously she wants to go.
Yeah.
I am going to go because I have something also I want to say to the man.
Excellent.
Gwen wants to be involved.
Of course.
Felix will also be involved.
And I wanted to know, on the end of planning things, are you asking just to meet him? Is it him with no specificity of if he needs to be alone or not? Or are you saying, I want your whole team? Is there anything I should be aware of in how you're meeting?
I feel like it would be him with no specificity. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I
This can be an entirely meta discussion. You don't have to say what your character would say if you don't feel like going
Yeah.
through loops.
Yeah, I feel like the people who told him wouldn't have been specific about don't bring anyone, it's just you. I feel like they were just going, hey, can we talk to you?
I'd say we'd probably be like, hey, can we talk to you about something important?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His decision of who he brings based on that, I feel, is
Okay.
kind of fine.
I understand that. Yeah. Okay.
But I will say, I only want to talk to Artie, and if his team comes, I will explicitly go, hey, Artie, could I have a private word with you for a moment?
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Okay, cool.
Okay, but you...
I'm too important for that. Oh, cool character trait, dude.
No, you might try to assassinate me? Need my posse?
I need my guard.
Yes, but only over spaghetti. We have to have pasta and sit down for lunch.
Fine.
It's my new character trait. I really like pasta.
But I wonder what's for dinner.
I really like pasta and little straw-shaped cookies.
No, are you hungry? Not. Yeah, I yeah.
Can we do it over like a light snack or something?
Do it over like a meal or
Since
something.
for some
man.
reason, whenever Felix talks to anyone, he recommends they do it over food.
Like he's a fucking Italian mobster.
He's learned people are more agreeable when they're eating.
Okay,
Walk into the room. Huh, somebody... There was a bucket of fish here.
Who took my lo mein?
Okay, so I'm not gonna say I feel like everyone has just suddenly become them, but I feel like I've just noticed everyone... I suddenly just noticed everyone is, Roman. They just constantly, whenever they want to talk to you, it's, do you want to go bowling?
Do you want to go bowling? Do you want to go out? I mean, you're in the city. You want to do something fun, right?
Exactly. Let's go play
Sit
darts.
on the corner and talk like assholes?
Yeah, seriously.
Hey, Artie, can you meet us with a brown paper bag?
Jesus.
It's very... Fuck.
Artie, let me pitch something at you. Okay, it's called Amsterdam. Listen, it's a great idea. It's gonna work.
I want Felix to give the speech about the ethics of the brown paper bag, like he knows what he's fucking talking about in front of everyone.
People would put their rice in these.
And then looks at Jose and then be like, that's how we should solve the faunus problem.
Oh my god.
Gwen,
The brown paper bag principle.
Gwen, I'm scared. What's he
This
saying?
doesn't really make sense with people, Felix.
I'm getting scared, Gwen. He's
Shut
making a lot of
up.
sense.
So is like the ghettos the brown paper bag? What do you mean?
You've been brainwashed. Get out of here.
You've been right. Felix, who's this short guy with glasses who stands behind you? Oh, he'll
Yeah.
replace me in the next season.
What?
He's my favorite guy.
All right. Cool. Like, I understand what's going on now.
Oh no.
What?
Nothing.
What did I say that sounded friendly?
I'm fighting off making wire references.
No.
Can you please move on?
It's very hard, Brand.
Look, I'm just sitting here shaking over the realization, but even Clara's ill-timed talk with Moore has happened over food.
It's what we do. It's the theme. It's over decadence. I know you weren't here, but the priest called this place... Oh, shit. There's a name for it I have, but the Sodom of Gomorrah equivalent. And everyone here is just eating, fucking, talking.
He called
Oh
Clara.
my god.
He did call Clara a whore.
The
No.
Sodom of Gomorrah? That place sounds like a shithole.
The Sodom of Gomorrah.
Is it a New Vegas reference?
Yeah, anyway. The ice on that. Let's get moving towards this. So, yeah, Artorius is receptive to the idea, and we will schedule your lunch, of course.
Of course.
I'm fucking eating so funny.
Gotta reuse this
There's
restaurant
a
map when we
fucking
can.
song. Here it is. Oh, I do have a restaurant map. Yeah, you're right. Ah, shit. I was just gonna go for the outdoor place. Let me look at that map really quick. What is that called? The Faunas? Oh, fuck, I remembered. That sucks. Yeah, you know what? Sure.
You care. It doesn't suck.
I do care. It's just It's just funny that I cared that much about the funny restaurant name. Anyway, let me go get these tokens really quick. Yep, that's Team Supernova. All 5 of them.
Anyone else juking and jiving? Wait a minute, 5 doesn't sound right.
I know. The joke was there were 2 Felixes on this map. By accident. It's fine. I'm sure no one noticed. Okay. Yeah. Artorias tells you he set up a reservation for this. And you guys will... Oh, fuck, I have music for this place. Jesus. Fuck me. Damn,
Wait, whoa, that's way too
I'm on a clean
spooky.
ship here, holy shit!
What, Xanarkin? Come on.
Ah.
That'd be funny. Okay. You're right. You guys will head over and be ushered over towards your reserved room. You will see Morris, a standing guard out front of it, who will just nod to you. You guys can head on in. Unless you have anything you want to say to her.
I'd say hi. How is she looking?
Sorry. I just had a freak out moment.
I would do standard formalities as
this
well.
This is my new Clara voice.
I guess I'll nod at her. Let's just.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, you can say yeah. You were saying, how does she look, Blake?
Yeah.
I mean, she's in her standard attire in the knight's uniform and stuff. As for expression-wise, she has her usually stony expression, and airs of professionalism. She nods, and it doesn't look like she's expecting you to be like, "Oh, come in" or anything, or say hello. Besides, like, a greeting, which she'll return basic greetings or anything. But it looks like she's in business mode, like she's not expecting to be invited in or anything.
Viridian is still kind of awkward with saying hello, so he just gives her a nod. But I will mention that he is wearing a ridiculous pair of mirrored sunglasses, but the shopkeeper assured him look absolutely stunning on him.
Fantastic. Lovely. Perfect. Right. Similars will nod and open the door for you all to go in.
And also, it's really hard to see in them inside, so he has a bird on his shoulder.
Awesome. You've gotten some strange looks, obviously, from the wait staff, but none of them wanted to question it since they know your reservations are with the Prince of Vale. So they're basically like, I'm not going to offend anyone here, even though, oh, look, it's the celebrities from the Vital Festival. I'm doubly not going to offend anyone here. Jesus. Yeah, so you guys can make your way in, and Artie's in there. There's no food ordered yet or anything. And he'll smile. You go,
Why did you move there?
You moved there first.
Come fast.
fuck it. Hi. Artorius will smile and wave at you all. Oh, afternoon, everyone.
Hello?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Afternoon, Artie.
I'm sorry. That was me.
Just
Are we
laugh
really
whenever
losing
Blake
it
says
to a
something.
hello?
I'm sorry.
Dude, I love Noah's new gimmick. He laughs at anything Blake says.
It's
What a
really,
great
It's a real
gimmick.
180.
It's really funny.
Oh no! Fuck! Hunt, I was trying to be the straight man, but you.
That was pretty good. I'll give it to you. Low blow.
Oh shit! Fuck me. Right. Okay. I'm getting back into it before I keep fucking this game up myself.
Not speed.
I figured we could leave ordering for after we've dealt with everything. I don't like ruining the taste of a meal completely with business.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, works for me. Viridian will say as the bird looks around at everyone else.
Tortoise will squint at Viridian and lean towards Clara. Are his eyes all right?
Oh, I think so. I mean, they were fun last time. But those glasses do look pretty good on him.
Oh. Their style choice, right. He'll at least sit back up in his chair. Well, should we get started with this sort of thing?
Yeah. I think it's probably best to just get right into it.
Right. Now, what exactly is this about?
Well, Claire will look around at the team, seeing if they're okay with her just getting right into it.
I'll nod at you.
Alright.
Sam.
Well, we were just going around the city enjoying ourselves while we've been here, and we noticed something peculiar in one of Jose's family's warehouses.
He'll kind of scrunch his eye, or his eyebrows will furrow up, and he'll tilt his head. You were just relaxing around the warehouse district?
Well, Viridian was, scouting around there.
Scouting? He looks at Viridian for elaboration.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Someone needs to tell me why I was scouting around there.
Oh yeah, you weren't here for that.
Well, no, remember that was he was in part for the infiltration part. Remember that was part of the figuring out what's going on with these the drug trade originally and why the Red Fang's getting involved with pushing out drug dealers and taking over neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And then you did the infiltration area of the Irons warehouse where you found out there's a bunch of Red Fang guys moving stuff in there. And basically you've just taken it over there.
Yeah. Sorry. What I mean is, how did we end up at Virali again?
So what it was Viridian just did his thing of trying to figure out what's going on in town because he thought things were sus. He found out that the Red Fang were pushing out drug dealers. He then came to Clara with this information. She was like, keep looking into it, buddy. Just tell me if anything goes wrong. And then he found the Irons warehouse that had a lot of Red Fang in it.
Yeah. Okay. I believe then you told Felix and Jose, and you had staked it out for suspicious activity. Because you're like, well, Jose, I know this is your family stuff. This was fucked up. And he's like, damn, yeah, that is weird. And you staked it out, and then you saw one night on your stakeout, there was just a bunch of people go, and you're like, holy shit, they're hosting an event. They're like, guys, what are we gonna do about this? And I'm like, well, we need to get in there. Maybe let's go in disguise. And figure out what's happening.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, after that, I know everything. All right. After that, I know everything because I wasn't here for Virali prior.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Viridian will nod and go. Yeah, I've been looking around town, trying to familiarize myself with it, especially on the bottom level of things, and noticed a couple suspicious things. There's people pushing some of the local gangs around out of their territory, and there was something suspicious going on with the warehouse. Me and Felix and Jose staked it out for a couple nights, and Clara was there for the rest of it. She can finish if she wants, but something pretty big went down there. So, I guess it was a good thing I was looking around.
Arcturus has folded his arms back and is staring quite intently, listening to this. Still trying to keep his airs of politeness, but seems like he's analyzing what you're saying exactly, and will hold up a hand towards Clara before she can continue. You've been studying the gang activity within the bounds of the city?
Yeah, well, I want to know where all the trouble is, if I'm going to be here for a while, since we don't know exactly when our job's going to be up.
This wasn't per anyone's instruction.
Nope, not really. A couple things might have tipped me off that there was some weird stuff going around, but I generally mostly wanted to get a feel for what trouble was around.
Look around at the table and present this question basically to everyone, but still erring towards Viridian a bit. So, police enforcement has been lackadaisical enough for there to be a sizable operation of gangs in the city?
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah, just
Well-
about. Well,
But what was real peculiar was it's been the Red Fang that's been pushing a lot of the more local people out. And
Here? Within the bounds of the city.
yeah. And they were the ones that were using the Irons warehouse, holding a big rally. We actually ended up going in there, me, Felix, Jose, and well, it was
You're telling me they seized this building? Or
Rudy, you went in there right afterwards. Did you tell us that?
he
Yeah,
went
I
in
did.
before this, I think, right? That
Yeah, no,
Yes,
when he
we
infiltrated
know Viridian went into
No,
the
yeah.
place.
the
afterwards.
second time.
Yeah, he
yeah,
went
you're
in
right. It
after.
was afterwards.
yeah, it
That's
was
what I
after the
thinking.
rally.
Right, because
where
you
he
were
was
here.
like, "That's
yeah,
weird."
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. My bad.
Okay, so yeah, you'll be like, yeah, well, it was just suspicious they were using that place. I mean, must have some security with the stuff they're working on, and they just happened to be able to have a rally that big, so I wanted to have a look around, and, well, suffice to say, I'm pretty sure that they've got a lot of their people in that warehouse particularly.
Oh, yes, it's highly suspicious that they've been able to operate there. I suppose the management there has no idea or is either in allowing this to happen. Are you aware of how these places are run?
Not too specifically that I'd have confidence saying either way.
Well, how familiar with the place did they seem? Viridian?
Prudence going to ponder this for a second, and I'm probably gonna need to make one of those rolls things
Ooh, good idea.
because he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to say something that makes Jose and his dad seem too suspicious at
That's
the
a good-
moment.
Hey, that's a good idea if you care about that.
Yeah, he does actually, because
Yeah,
Jose got real offended by that,
yeah.
and
That was,
so
that was one of his big concerns, was how
Yeah.
this would affect them, yeah.
yeah. So let's see. That's probably like wit or something, right?
Yeah, that would be wit.
Okay.
Already counted wits.
Ah, thank you. Just give me a second to think about how I'm gonna say both a good and bad thing,
Of course. Of
depending on
course.
the role.
Do you have any highlights that you think can help with this at all, or?
Let me see. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Understandable.
So, okay.
So it goes.
So it goes. Well, I mean, I guess basically he's still gonna say the same thing regardless. It just depends how suspicious he sounds.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Alright, so... He'll go. Well, I can't go and say that I'm too familiar with how this kind of thing runs, but, just gonna pause for a second and go. If it's anything like, my old time at sea, then I can hazard a guess if it's run anything like a ship is. And he'll be like, there was people moving about. Mostly I just saw a bunch of, people who had come in, faunuses from over in Vacuo after the, migration of the Grim dislodged a bunch of people. The workers who were there originally, I think, the original workers, were complaining about them all coming in and stuff. But with all of them meandering about, I don't think anyone was paying too hard of attention about the flow there. And it seems like they also got some, they also probably got some, people put in charge specifically because they had a lot of new Variation workers in, so they might have been able to walk around a bit more freely than you'd expect.
Well, they also seem to have enough free reign to be storing munitions.
Well, considering the Irons Corporation funds and manufactures munitions as an operation, I suppose it's difficult to tell which ones would be theirs or not, if they are interfering with that at all. Okay, with that,
I was just rolling the wits then because to see if he cracked when Gwen said something.
No,
was it actually a weapons factory?
Yes.
Yeah, Irons ammunitions and stuff.
Oh,
so
I see.
no, it's
Wait,
fine.
it was a warehouse, not a factory, right?
Yeah,
Yes, it's
Well,
a
yeah,
warehouse.
They
Okay.
have things stored of that.
Yes, but these people were also going through weapons themselves and dealing with shit. It clearly didn't look like they were going through storage and just like that. These guys were moving shit, and they're like the Red Fang guys are moving shit.
Yeah.
Not like factory workers. So at best, they might be stealing shit, but we don't know if you're manufacturing that, whatever. But yeah, Viridian, with your wit roll, you're able to very much focus him more so on the. Yeah, I don't know exactly how in detail this is with the factory. It just seems like there's a lot of chaos there. The workers and stuff, and you get in the airs that that you smoothed it over enough where he's not really focused on the suspicions of higher ups from that. He gets the idea okay, there's a lot of workers and stuff. Can you give me a rapport roll though?
Oh yeah, of course. Rapport, the one I'm good at.
Yes.
Okay, well.
Okay. All the talk of the migrant workers, when you were saying it, looks like it started to set him some alarm bells off in his head. But with your wit, you're able to have mostly distracted him away from the detail of them being a ton of them. And I'll just say for your sake that Viridian, with that wit roll, mostly downplays that and goes back to talking about how the operation doesn't seem to have any direct leadership or anything that would make you suspect the factory workers, and focus more on the Red Fang stuff rather than the...
Yeah.
Because I assume knowing that, oh no, wait, is immigrants bad? I'll talk about the Red Fang instead and get him back on track.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, that'll clear up what you were saying more.
Okay.
For his sake, and he'll go back to thinking about this. So, you're saying that most likely the building's just been taken over by the Red Fang leadership, or whatever's there. Not factory, warehouse. I suppose it might have been an empty or mostly underused building right now. I know there's enough construction work being done in the warehouse section as well as thanks to it being close to where they're building the new housing district. Maybe the buildings are being lost in the stack of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. I mean, I couldn't tell you about that already. I didn't get enough look around the place, but like I was saying, I can tell you that they weren't just breaking in to do a rally. They got enough of their people in there to walk about the place and not be weird.
How horribly worrisome that the police force hasn't had any suspicions of this area or patrols knowing. Well, how large of a rally was this?
Fairly sizable. Most of the warehouse was taken up. And what they were doing was, I think they were trying to initiate most of the local faunus gangs to their side, trying to, get them on their colors.
So it's a recruitment rally.
Yeah, that certainly was the vibe I got from the speeches.
They should be feared. They should fear enough just operating at all within the bounds of the city, not being so brazen to be able to do this. Guy sighs. It looks like there's disrepair in this city.
While we're speaking on the Red Fang, we did find something else out before that.
What exactly?
Well, when the governor called us to clear out Grimm that were in the tunnel they were digging, deep inside there, we found some old Red Fang that seemed to be dead for a while. I would like to, after I say that,
Yeah?
I want to, what would it be?
What are you trying to do?
I think it's report, because I kind of want to judge his reaction to me saying they're actively digging the tunnel. 'Cause I'm pretty sure that we're supposed to
Go
not
for
be
a-
doing.
Yeah, go for a report roll.
Roll 1. Wow. Plus 8.
Yeah, okay. You don't need a high rapport because his reaction is very obvious as his eyebrows will shoot up when he hears they're still digging the tunnel. And with your rapport enough, you can tell that he's, he has his hands in his laps kind of behind the table, but you're sitting luckily next to him with high rapport. You hear him clench his fist tightly, balling up indignation as he'll keep it off his face, but you can tell he's fucking... That really got struck a nerve, and he's like caught off guard and angry. And he whips his head towards you, trying to keep a natural expression. He goes, "The tunnel construction still being performed?
Yeah, the governor.
And the governor knows about this?
He specifically told us not to tell anyone about it once we help clear out the Grim.
Excuse me?
I mean, that was pretty much what happened.
He looks at the rest of you
What?
for confirmation.
That is what happened. Yes.
He also told us not to tell anyone about the red fang found in there.
Well, I would imagine not, but... Who cares about the bodies of some red fang? The tunnel construction should be halted under the current regulations. This is a large issue within the common houses. Or not the common... the parliament. To so brazenly go against that... How long ago did you find this out? It was like last week. It was like a week ago.
I was about like a week ago.
May I ask exactly why you decided to hold on to this?
I mean, can't really speak for anyone but myself, but I guess I didn't.
You are your team leader.
Alright, well, I can speak for them, but I don't think I exactly realized how important it was, and at the time, I just... I'm sorry about that. Probably should have told you.
I think we were worried about stirring things up in a place we were new to. But we had discussed it after learning of this recent Red Fang business, and thought it'd be best to clear the air.
I see. Lean back in his chair. His line drawn in, his lips drawn into a firm line as it looks like he's thinking hard.
I'm sorry.
He doesn't immediately respond to you or anything. This rally that happened was successful, it seemed.
Yeah, I would say so. Right, Felix?
Yes.
Have you reported this to the governor?
No.
Good, don't.
Yes, we haven't told anyone.
As you
Team
shouldn't.
Iris
Is Team
is
Iris aware
aware.
of this?
Yeah, they were there. Or
Right.
at least Jose was.
Right. Excuse me for a moment. He's gonna push away from the table. I need to make a call to inform them to do so as well. So make his way out of the room. You guys will have a few minutes to yourselves as Moores will look at him confused as he shuts the door quickly behind him. If there's anything you want to talk about within yourselves, you can now.
It was right to tell him that, right?
I am still not sure, but
I mean, I feel
you've
like
done
it was
it
right.
now.
I feel it was right to tell him. He just looked really upset. Guess it's real important, so he probably should be.
I think we should have told him sooner.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, better late than ever. I hope. Claire looks at the door. I don't think we're forgetting anything to mention, right?
Well, you're being pretty loose on the details of the warehouse. Didn't you say they were walking around open carrying weapons?
No, they weren't walking around carrying it. They had 2 people in front of a door with weapons, standing guard.
Red Fang men in full Red Fang outfits? If
Well,
that's correct.
I mean, they weren't in full outfits, but
No, I mean, sorry, I just want.
I don't know if Viridian actually told me.
No,
this,
sorry,
my
since
bad
you
if he
asked.
actually-
Since you asked, Liam. Yeah, just to clarify, the rally. There were some.
I'm talking about the warehouse that Viridian second.
Oh, when
Yeah,
he
when
was
I
inside.
infiltrated, yeah.
When he infiltrated.
Yeah, when he was doing his
yeah.
march
I
thing.
mean, okay, Viridian can decide if he wants to tell this or not. But yeah, I mean, when they're inside, they're just guys in the outfits with holstered weapons and stuff, with guards at doors with weapons. There's a room where they were opening crates and repairing broken and fixing up weapons that were in parts from crates and stuff and putting them in other crates. Yeah, there was an assembly line of equipment and weapons Red Fang was doing.
yes. I don't...
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely gave everyone details on it, but I don't know if I gave them all the details of that. I know for a fact I did go, oh yeah, that one Red Fang guy who was on stage at the rally, he was there and he was inspecting stuff like he was important.
Yeah,
I did tell everyone that.
Yeah, let me.
But I didn't mention that to Artie.
Let me go get his name. I don't remember if you guys got his. You must have gotten his name at one point.
I went to check, and we don't have.
But yeah,
we don't have the guy on stage who I do remember we got the name of. He's just not in the bio section, so I can't remember it.
Not
the head guy. Yeah, the big guy on stage that was
he was Kursada. The guy who was a 2x2.
Yeah,
he's a giant guy.
And then we saw the hologram speech of the main guy.
Yeah, you saw Claudius Scaramouche, who they called the king. And then there was the other guy that Richard's talking about that he saw was, I don't remember if you saw his name, but he's a possum clonus, and you saw him in both places, and he has the big curved blade on his back and stuff in the big gloves. You saw him in both places.
Didn't he walk into the warehouse the second time wearing he wasn't wearing a full Red Fang outfit, but a modified one where it's pants and a normal shirt?
Yeah, he's got necklaces and gold chains. He looks like a gang member mixed with a Red Fang and then combat equipment. You saw him both times, and I believe you saw him talk to Jose once.
He was talking to Jose.
Yes. He was talking to Jose.
Yeah, so you've seen him a lot. I don't think you've talked to him yet, but he was one of the lieutenants at the rally. You know.
No, I did talk to him.
Oh, you did talk to him.
They had that moment where he was like, "Hey, don't leave shit on the floor. They'll get suspicious."
Yeah. He reprimanded you when this guy. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Cool.
Well, you would have said that you saw them in a Red Fang uniform, right? Or would you
Yeah.
leave that out? Okay.
I would have said, him definitely. He walked in through one of the back gate things where they
where there were guards.
Yeah,
in the
where there were guards. And
there's operating in plain sight, and then there's walking around in your fucking SS uniforms.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So that would be Gwen's point that she would bring up.
Okay.
I just want to clarify because I was also personally confused if we were talking about the rally or the infiltration. So
It is
understandable.
At the rally, they were handing out masks
I
at the door.
I know this the last session was just last week, so I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
Man, guys, I can't wait for summer.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. That Viridian's answer will be. Well, I mean, it's only important Artie knows what he needs to know right now, right? I mean, the Red Fang are definitely there. And I said that, right? Right? He looks over at Clara, then at Felix, then back to Gwen.
Maybe it's best when he comes in, we make sure he walks away with a full understanding of what we saw if he needs to know, or wants to know.
Are you worried about how this looks about Jose and his father?
Well, it's not ever going to look good for them, having the Red Fang held up in one of their holes, but, I mean, Jose, his father, we don't... Okay, so, the Red Fang, they're in this place.
Yeah.
But we don't know if it's more than just this place, so yeah, I'm a bit worried,
How many
okay?
warehouses?
Yeah, he's got,
How many cities?
hundreds.
Yeah. I mean, there's no indication to point that, his father's condoning anything here. So, I mean, it's happening, and it's bad. It's a bad look, but I agree. I think we can get down to it without directly condemning him. Because Jose seems to be pretty confident that, his father and stuff isn't involved.
Viridian's gonna look at Clara after that, and with wearing the sunglasses, it's hard to tell, but he's got a very look on his face, like, you thought Jose seemed confident his dad isn't involved?
You get the sense she's coping.
Okay.
Clara puts on her shades to hide that she's coping.
I don't want him to be involved.
Sorry, I just had a funny idea of Artie coming back in and Clara now has shades on as you guys are slowly all wearing them. God, I'm fucking losing it. I'm sorry.
You start crying?
Then he walks in the bathroom, comes out with his own.
He comes in with the Ray shades with the fucking lines in the middle of them.
Fucking Kanye glasses.
Yeah, the Kanye glasses.
Like Morse peeks through the door as Groucho Marx glasses.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
Sorry, continue your conversation, because he said it'd be like a minute, but I'm just gonna say now that Artorias is going to take more than a minute.
There was a line at the payphone.
Tony Soprano is driving out to a payphone.
Yeah,
He's just standing there, arms crossed, tapping his foot, holding a coin between his fingers, being like, come on, let me make my call.
Come
Hold on, let me check the map.
Come on! Fucking.
Well, Blake, that hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, Blake, what the fuck?
right. Sorry.
Dude, you're gonna ruin it! They're gonna know!
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. Happy birthday to you too.
Thanks.
I think I've pretty much established everything.
Okay.
Correct?
Okay, it's gonna be like 10 minutes. Is there any point where you guys start talking of what's taking so long?
For like random bullshit.
Yeah, like, Brennan tapping his finger on his shoulder, on his arm, being like, this is going well, ain't it?
Okay, so it's definitely probably making other calls besides just to Iris to tell him not to talk about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, seems like he might be doing something else that could get accomplished pretty quickly.
Do we ask him about it?
I don't see the harm.
I mean, he looked pretty mad.
Well, I think he has decent enough reason to be a little upset that we have been hanging out.
Alright, Gwen, you can ask him about it.
Okay.
Just looking at the menu.
I mean,
where are the breadsticks?
What are you gonna order, Felix?
They didn't even bring us bread yet.
You want the venison?
Jesus.
Try the veal.
What? Okay. It'll be about another 5 minutes, and Artorias will make his way back into the room and walk towards his chair without saying anything as he sits down, kind of thus straightens his pants as he sits down in the chair and kind of takes in a deep sigh as he leans back in his chair.
Brennan will cough, looking at Gwen.
Clara side-eyes Gwen.
Gwen realizing now it's a little more awkward to actually ask the question now that he's here. So... Did you make any other calls? You seem to have taken a while, if I may ask.
Turris is taking another small breath as he collects himself. And then I'll look around to the table and I'll go, I'd like to advise you all as your friend to... This is a very precarious situation. And I would like to tell you all to take this very seriously, as if your involvement is made clear in the wrong ways, assuming this is all handled, there's a possibility that you would be involved in a case that deals with high treason.
On the you mean like on the wrong side of that? Go ahead.
Sorry,
Is it okay if I just get up and leave?
Sorry, Liam, that was just really funny. Good line.
Gwen being cool, she could be executed.
He's gonna sigh and kind of look a bit frustrated, but not like at you necessarily. This is assuming that this case can be pursued effectively and there's no interference, which would be highly a large amount, considering I doubt the governor is an incompetent man to have made it this far of his plans. So, yes, theoretically it would be, but I would avoid involving you in any case outside of unwitting accomplices.
So, do we not listen to the governor anymore?
No, effective immediately. As the Prince of Vale, I would request you to no longer interfere with the affairs of the continent.
Do we still help Dr. Milo with the Grim problems?
No. This is very straightly faced. Effective immediately, I would ask you to halt any operations. In fact, I would advise that you request for you to be evacuated from the city and returned back to your school. It would be difficult to prosecute any of you if you were out of our reigns of jurisdiction if this were to go in any expedited manner. Though, as I know of these cases, expedition still could be months.
But we have a job to do here.
Unfortunately, you have a conflict of interest given your employer's actions and your previous actions. Any other would endanger the sanctity of the Valish monarchy and the state.
Is it okay to ask what you're gonna do?
It's all right to ask me.
So, what are you gonna do?
Well, I apologize, but I don't know if it's in your best interest for me to inform you of that at this point.
You did tell us to stay out of it.
Kind of frowns and nods. I don't blame all of you necessarily for any of this. I'd like to clarify as your friend. However, this is an incredibly troubling situation that you brought to light on two separate fronts. Tackling either of them would be difficult correctly, but knowing the two are going on simultaneously already beggars belief.
Well,
Viridian, I would ask you to now, at least... I appreciate your attempts to alleviate the situation with Lord Ganymede, but your involvement is no longer required.
Oh,
What are you talking about?
is that right? I see.
Yes. I know this concerns you concerns you the most, considering your citizenship relies here. So, your patriotism would be a help in the case should it ever go forward, and I would advise you have the safest position going forward. However, I would still recommend you go towards your temporary abode within shade with the rest of them.
Wait, what were you talking to Sir Ganymede about?
The Lord Ganymede.
Or Lord Ganymede?
Yeah, no problem, dude. I'm not mad. I just want to help.
We're just gonna like breathe out for a second and then go. Well, mighty thankful for the advice, Artie. But basically that means that you're saying that I was on the right trail there. That there was something suspicious going around, that the crown wanted to get their fingers in around here.
Of course. This entire operation of the Glen is suspicious, and the governor's actions are close towards not just treason, but direct direct opposition to the crown. He's a suspected secessionist, and this is a hub of that plan and plot. Lord Ganymede was operating under the authority of the crown as my father's agent here, along with my own assistants. Obviously, as the crown prince and a member of a huntsman academy, my operations are limited in what I could do.
Right. Well, I mean, I can't say I didn't think that at some point, but I guess I just didn't want to believe it, considering the first time we met, Ganymede was such a pompous ass.
Lord
But
Ganymede is a loyal agent to the crown through and through.
fine, he can be loyal. Doesn't change the way he acted.
Yes, of course.
Anyways, yeah, okay. Viridian's gonna throw his hands up and be like, I may have gone and told Lord Ganymede a few things because I knew I was suspicious for a reason, and I wanted to hear what he had to say about it.
Wait, what do you mean? You told it? Like, when? Like, about the Red Fang stuff?
Yes, about the Red Fang stuff.
Like, what, yesterday?
No, a little while ago. After we found that stuff in the abandoned tunnels, it was mighty suspicious that the mayor didn't want us talking about it to anyone. And I wanted to know what was going on in the circles Ganymede might be investigating. So I went and told him about that. Had him clued in that there was Red Fang stuff going along and that I'm suspicious of the mayor.
Right. Well,
And you didn't think to tell us about this?
I told you about... Well, I did not tell you about him saying it, but I told you about the things that I heard from him about, well,
I mean-
other things that I would be suspicious in.
I mean, he's on Artie's side, so no harm done. Right? Claire just looks at Felix and Gwen.
Yes, but please involve us next time.
Gwen's gonna just grasp the bridge of her nose, just sighing. We can talk about this later. Look, Artie, so you're saying we should just leave?
Yes.
I mean,
Well-
the job we were doing is important. It's to help with the migration. It's to lessen the danger to the people of this city.
I understand
That's
the
important.
concern. I understand your concerns. However, they highly are outweighed by the severity of the actions you've already done and what might happen from further involvement. Overall, it's a poor idea for you to continue to be involved if I wish to make sure you have a safe case in the future here. Any continued involvement under this job will be under poor pretense, since it's taken by the governor. As huntsman, your loyalties will be called into question, and you'll be suspected agents of his treason.
But
So, Artie,
We're doing.
you got
we're pretty
any,
much doing the work for Dr. Merlot.
Yes.
Can we just work for him and not follow the governor's order?
Unfortunately, your contract is with the governor, and continuing to associate with his close associate, Dr. Merlot, would also be seen as entirely suspicious. Both of them are in this case here, along with the rest of his cabinet in the city.
Well, Dr. Merlot hasn't done anything.
well,
That is much under question.
how would we?
Dr. Merlot is already a suspicious individual, nonetheless. His involvement with the governor already makes it entirely he'd say entirely makes it clear that he is within this plot as well.
I'm not really familiar with English politics. What's Dr. Merlot done that's suspicious?
Dr. Merlot is a maverick, someone who has called into question the importance of the Valish noble families and their lineages by eschewing it, causing great disruption within the political scheme and the scheme of land ownership that he held within the noble rights. Currently, there's even a question of how much property he should be allowed to own now, but he currently still retains it. Not only that, but Dr. Merlot carries out his experimentation on the Grim. His field of research already leads him to be suspected of many underworld transactions that do not align with the Valish regulations on Grim experimentation.
Right. Didn't know that. Wouldn't it be suspicious if we just got on a train and left?
Of course it's suspicious, but it would be much more suspicious if you continued to work for a possible agent trying to secede from the Crown's authority.
Well, I mean, like...
There's nothing to be done for the suspicion that's already hoisted on all of you.
No, I mean...
Yeah, but we haven't done anything.
Well, I
I'm
mean...
not-
You know we haven't done anything. So why does it matter?
Well, necessarily saying you haven't done anything isn't true. Your actions for the governor may be unwitting, but they may have helped him in the long run. And no matter what you say, you still held this information back for a week's worth at least, which is essentially a form of a crime. Now, I understand your circumstances, and I don't suspect you all of anything but being drawn along for your own helpful ideations, but he kind of looks around and sighs. But that doesn't mean much in the long run of things without further precautions to assure your safety.
Well, I mean, it's suspicious in the way of... The governor must know that we're at least friends with you. And wouldn't it be weird if all of us just pack up and leave without saying anything to him?
Artorius will raise an eyebrow. You mean you think you're worried about rising suspicion with the governor?
Yeah.
I mean, are you arresting him today?
No, it would be impossible to under any legal authority, but we're going to continue out to handle these affairs both.
Well, wouldn't it be best to not arouse suspicion and we can continue working under him, and if
The
we
governor
find
is
anything
not-
suspicious on our end, we can tell you?
The governor is no fool. My arrival here, along with my team and Lord Ganymede's arrival at his court, already provide him with enough suspicion to know that the noose is tightening around his neck. Your leaving would do nothing but show that you have recognized that you have been led astray and have endangered yourselves for no benefit to yourselves. Besides, the governor has no need of clearly worrying about the suspicion. He's rapidly approaching the point where he can start to play his hand more openly, it feels like.
Wait.
Especially considering
really?
he took the risk of taking you four and Iris under his work to continue to do operations for him. Especially knowing so brazenly that he'd allow you to assist in this operation with the mines. Or not the mines, the tunnels. I can only guess that he would suspect you eventually would tell someone about this. There's no way he'd let this be some sort of hole, a tendon that could be cut at any moment if you decided to have a conscience. And besides, I don't worry so much about the suspicion of him knowing more of how close we're getting if it means I can at least guarantee your all safety. I'm willing to take some risk here for your sake. It would be unfair for you all to be in prison for this.
And you don't think the angle Gwen mentioned is alright of us working for you while working for him?
That would do nothing to really alleviate what's already been done, after all. I can't prove any documentation of your employee under the crown prior to this. At best, it would be, well, a justification that could be argued. However, I doubt the court system would allow it to stand under much scrutiny. It would eventually come out the situation.
Well, now I got a question for you, Artie.
Yes.
So since you were part of this investigation into things, you must have been a bit curious about it the same way all of us were. So I'm wondering if you found anything or have any idea why us and Iris actually got put on this job. Considering, he's bound to know that we were close to you.
Well, I understand that you must be curious, more so than any others. As I said before, I feel informing you on anything else only endangers your position more currently. The less you all know, the better for yourselves. Playing the fools is the only situation that can allow you to escape any involvement in this.
But we're already involved.
Yes, which
You're
is
talking
why...
like we're huntsmen. We're fine with danger. I don't see...
No, you're all students who have been led along into this case and have included assisting a highly treasonous governor attempting to seize his own control over the nation.
So let us make up for it.
You've
Just
also
send us
performed
packing.
rampant vigilantism and have dealt with numerous terrorist organizations by yourselves without informing any authorities of them.
That was mostly me. Viridian raises a finger.
Yes, but your team was aware of them, wasn't it?
Eventually, yeah.
You can't assume the courts would be lenient in any holes within your stories that would lead it to be more suspicious. And you can't expect any fairness given in this case, considering that, well, whose case you would have assisted with. High treason is the most horrific crime that can be committed to this nation. It's the direct opposition of its formation. There will be no forgiveness given to anyone involved in this case without the attempts to fully provide it to them. And I can tell you the opposition won't give it to you, no matter how much I would enjoy it to. My friendship with you notwithstanding, you have to understand that my position does not allow for complete tyrannical rule over judicial process.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Yeah, never really assumed I'd be getting many favors back when I started looking at stuff like this.
One has to wonder why you would do it in the first place, then.
Now, ain't that the question? Well, I'm a pretty simple guy, Artie. Something don't sit right with me. I want to figure out how to make it right.
Yes, I suppose I wouldn't blame you for that either. I apologize if I spoke harshly there.
No, I mean, you seem to just be worried about us and not want us to take our hole any deeper.
Yes, essentially. I'm afraid you've been led along the rope by some manipulative people.
Well, ain't that just the way it is with the nobles?
I assume present company excluded?
Gideon's gonna be like, well, am I talking to my friend Artie or the Prince Artorias?
I'm sorry to say that the two are very much the same.
I'm sorry to say I can't exclude you, then, Artie.
I feel like I can.
No. Viridian's logic is the most sound. You shouldn't in these cases. After all, my position forces me to act in certain ways.
Yeah, I understand that. I got two friends who are up in Vale right now who came from, well, not as high as your position, but, well, Maya's father always assumed she was gonna marry someone good for the family, and my friend Tuck, you know, always being groomed to take over that church of his dad's.
That's right. I would ask that if you have any correspondence with them, cease it for the moment also.
Oh, well, I mean, I send them mail every once in a while when I go to the comm tower, but I haven't spoken to them much lately.
You haven't told them any of this, right?
No, I didn't think they needed to know.
Well, hopefully anything that comes back to them will be rather light.
Artie?
Yes?
If we don't pack up and leave right now, does this advice turn into a threat?
Well, I suppose it could be seen as that way, but it's more of the warning of standing within a storm as a wave approaches you. The inevitable will come. You're only putting yourself more in danger and continuing to bear with it.
Well...
If you mean if you should expect me to come arrest you myself, no. I would have no benefit from that. Unless I were aware that you would continue to support the governor's annexation of his own city. But
No.
I don't think that's your goal here.
I already had a couple of disagreements with the governor before I even knew what was going on, so don't think that would happen. And as Claire just like rubs her neck wound a bit, where she has those scars from being ripped at by talk. Not exactly, I guess I'm not worried about danger, but I've also never been in the, legal kind.
I would say it's above your pay grade.
Yeah, might be a bit out of my element, like I said.
Yes. It would be best to focus on the reality of your situation. Your students.
You think we could have some time to think about it?
The longer you take, the more in danger you are, but yes, of course. As I've said, I doubt I'll take any direct action towards all of you unless I found your conspiratory methods go that deep, so this has only been advice I can give you.
Right. Well, we're not going to go conspiring or anything, so can tell you that with certainty.
Right.
Huh.
But once again, I must stress, any further involvement with them will only look poorer further and can be misconstrued by elements of parties who will look to have you punished for crimes that you may or may not have considered were them at the time.
Did you tell Iris this over the phone? Or
I have
scroll?
informed them of the same thing I've informed you. Essentially, yes. They are aware of their position now.
Did they say what they were going to do?
I have received a troublingly mixed responses I am receiving now from you all.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I will assume Hagios will spend his team in the correct direction, as I assume you will also, Clara May.
Right. Yeah.
Well, please consider your futures. Now, are there any other details that should be divulged now? As I would advise this be the last time we speak on the matter, and speak in general currently on this trip.
Well, this isn't exactly related to the governor, but it happened on one of our jobs for him. Out in the forest near Redwall, we saw an interesting looking grim that was all white. Do you know about them?
A white grim? No.
They're called Lucius. And
At least once. Who told you that?
Headmistress Gale.
I see.
We encountered one on a previous mission.
In Vacuo?
Around like the border area. What was the
How
name?
long ago was this?
This was when we went to the town before the Bottle Festival.
Yeah, it's a while.
What was the name of the town again? Witch's Post?
I think it was Cobble something. Let me go double check. I'm mixing up town names.
I think it was Witch's Post. That's the one with the little girl and kid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Witch's Post. Right, yeah.
I did get it right.
Good.
It's when we went to help out a little town called Witch's Post before the Bottle Festival started.
Right. Some time ago. Alright.
And we ended up encountering another one, well, in the area nearby here.
Right. What is the importance of these Grim? To the related topic?
I guess they're pretty dangerous. They can easily kill almost all other Grim. And
They attack other Grim?
yeah, that seems to be pretty consistent.
Right. Alright then. Thank you for telling me, but I have confidence that this has nothing to do with the current situation.
I just want to make sure we were covering all our bases.
I appreciate it, but you don't have to tell me of any other related subjects that aren't important to the current troubles at hand.
And
I
I'm
think
trying
that's
to
all then.
What'd you say, Liam?
I think that's all then.
Right. Well, I apologize for the rudeness, but I don't think it's important as much to indulge, and I've lost my appetite, and I have some business to attend to now. I've paid for anything you need here if you still wish to eat, so feel free to indulge yourselves. But I have to go handle more of this details now. Please, I advise you as your friend with my privileged knowledge as the prince, listen to my advice for your own safety. You have a future ahead of yourselves now. I would hate for it to be ruined by something you didn't even mean to do.
Credent's going to snort loudly for a moment and then go, well, I won't speak for anyone else here. And if my team leader tells me not to, I won't go on and do it. But if you want us to listen to your advice, or at least me specifically, could I have one private question with you, Artie?
I suppose.
Answer it. And I might just consider getting on the next train back to Vacuo.
I suppose. Do you mean private from just the rest of your team?
Just us.
Right.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Gonna walk out.
I guess we're leaving the room. Okay. I guess we'll be downstairs, Viridian. I guess I won't be in touch, Artie, but we'll definitely make sure we come to a decision quickly.
Right.
Thank you for the information, Artie.
So we'll just walk out and just nod at Morris. See ya.
She sighs and kind of looks troubled. I hope it's on good terms next time. Don't know what you were thinking getting involved in all of this.
Yeah, I don't know if too much thinking was involved. But I'm sure we'll be on good terms next time, too.
Let's not delude ourselves.
Claire will laugh a bit. Sadly.
She doesn't find it funny. And frowns
I
as
know.
you leave. Alright.
Well, it's funny, because she's... never mind.
You wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't get it. Alright. When they leave, Artorias will look at Viridian. So what exactly is it?
So, you're interested, obviously, in the high treason and the terrorists who are in here.
Well, for a great concern to the stability of the nation, I will one day be in charge of, yes. I think it presents the biggest threat to the city possible.
Right. I guess that's the main point, then. Artie, why are you training to be a huntsman?
Well, originally this was seen as a rather personal request to continue along the lines of great huntsman kings of legend. I had interest in pursuing this for my own sake and some of my friends.
Yeah. You know, I think I grew up hearing some of those legends. In fact, I think I grew up hearing all of them. They're real popular out there on the fringes. You know, where Sleepy Hollow is. And always proud of them. I mean, you're right up there next to them, like, you're descended from these people, so I see how that might be a bit more important for you. But, Artie, we ain't living in those legends, are we?
No, of course
You're not really gonna be a huntsman, are you?
Not at all. There's no future where I become a huntsman at all. In fact, all of us don't have a future pursuing this path, along with Team Grail. The process is mostly a formal affair.
Right.
As unfortunate as that is, I was born like this and I have responsibilities to uphold. I respect the profession immensely, but it's not one that's suited for me.
Right. You're always gonna be the king.
Yes. Whenever that time comes.
Yeah. You know, I was real starstruck hearing that the Prince of Vale was actually coming to the Vital Festival. Me and, Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Fuck, thanks. Me and Lawrence, we were real, excited talking about it, and to meet you. It was, real something, getting to be in the same tournament as you.
Been gone so long.
But, you know, I grew up feeling like that because I always heard about all the great kings we had in the past, and hearing that Vale was, well, hearing and believing Vale is the greatest country on Remnant. You know, I believe that, but what does the king do, Artie?
A valid question within these days. Reign would be the most simple answer. People look for him towards the king as an authority figure within the lands. While we've established our parliament and the House of Commons and Nobles, the king still carries a heavy weight of judicial and of governmental authority over most aspects. As you've seen here, governors are given a level of autonomy, sometimes to the betterment of their society and sometimes to the worsement. Greed corrupts them, and it's the king's job to continue to look towards the nation's best stability.
Right. So, he definitely already took those stupid glasses off before this serious talk.
Okay, yeah. I think you mentioned that earlier.
Yeah. So he's gonna lean forward and give Artie a very serious stare. Might need to be a report to see after this, but maybe some other thing. And he's gonna be like, "So, when you become king, are things gonna get better, or are you just gonna be protecting the people?"
My aspirations as king are to continue a long line of legacies of the guild family. I don't intend to endanger that by overstepping my bounds. The king's authority will continue to reign supreme.
Well, got it. Glad to hear the news straight from the horse's mouth.
I'm happy to profess it, of course. It is my duty.
Well, definitely made my next steps very clear. I think you are looking out for our best interest, Artie.
Of course. After all, I'm not the king yet.
That is true. Well, like I said, thanks. I really needed to hear that. Well, he'll get up and walk to the door and go, "I'll catch you later, Prince Artorius."
Of course. Goodbye, Viridian. You want to do a report roll or anything? Or you good?
Yes.
Alright, cool. And what
Yeah,
is
I forgot to roll the dice while I was in the room.
Fuck it! Oh, too late now, asshole.
Damn it, now
I don't let my players fuck with me.
Fuck, now I have to report Morris because I'm outside the room.
The report roll is I want to get a feel for how genuine Artie was being when he gave me his answer versus how much it can be a genuine response, but I want to know how much of it was, I'm talking to this guy who I'm friendly with, or how much is, even if it's like inbred manners, like I am being diplomatic right now.
Right, of course. Okay, it is pretty clear that Artorius feels he has no way to continue without resorting towards his authority in the situation, and it feels like it's pretty clear that he's acting from his position entirely now, with the best of his abilities to help you, being limited by them, obviously. Which is, he values that. He's genuine about telling you guys to leave as much as he can be, but that whole shit about what he has to do and everything is just, it's purely Artorias speaking, since as authoritatively as he can as his position.
Right.
There's no room for being friends at the end of this discussion currently.
Got it. Okay, exactly what I wanted.
Can you also give me a give me a wit roll, and you can have it count as a highlight since you. I don't think you ever said you got rid of your bird, so you can have that. So I'll let you do that as a double.
I didn't say. You know what? Viridian probably had it like hop off his shoulder down onto the floor at some point.
Oh, okay. Okay, then definitely so.
Yeah, I did not get rid of the thing.
Okay.
So I did.
I
take
look at him
sunglasses
seriously,
off.
and the bird also leans forward.
Okay.
Viridian is too suspicious to have done that.
Right.
Thinking about it.
Of course. Okay. That's a very important detail.
Ooh,
Yeah, okay, especially saying the bird hopped over there. Okay. Yeah, so as you left, Morris was stood in front of the door. And as Viridian's making his way down the stairs, as he's kind of peeking in with the bird as a little sneak, Artorias sits there rigidly at the chair for a while as you're making your way down the stairs. But as you're getting to the bottom of your stairs and seeing your friends waiting for you, you're going to see Artorias stand up from the chair, grab the table, and throw it into the wall. And it's going to just shatter and explode from his semblance as he starts to kick over chairs and destroy them in this room.
Wonderful.
And the bird is going to be hit by the shrapnel and explode without him noticing.
Jeez.
Yeah. You guys don't hear the thumping down there, but Viridian's vaguely
Oh, don't
still
worry.
able
Gwen
to hear
didn't
it.
wait for him.
Good. Viridian's still vaguely able to hear it by the bottom of the staircase, so he's pretty clear that he's not exactly containing his fit of rage at the situation.
So Gwen's like walking out of the restaurant.
Gwen left literally immediately. He said, "Can I have a private meeting?" And she's like, "Okay, see ya."
Lauren Felix could have been at the spot of the stairs.
Well,
She's like leaving. I think.
I can say this as we're like all walking like down the stairs before Gwen actually walks to the door.
Yeah, I mean you could run to catch her. I think, right? Like,
Oh no, it's just one comment that'd make her walk away anyway.
Fucking
So-
awesome.
If you guys are like still hungry, we could go out somewhere to eat.
Yeah, Gwen doesn't hear you, and she
Holy shit.
Clara,
either through
not
ignoring
now.
or maybe she's so angry she doesn't hear your stupid comment. And she walks out. Sorry.
Now
I
have
thought
a little
I
self-restraint.
thought that was the level of comedy we just achieved there as a scene.
No.
Okay,
No.
so is there
It's
any other
important.
things here before we transition to a different scene, like of these two waiting, saying anything while they're waiting for Viridian, or are they leaving also?
I'd wait for Viridian.
Yeah,
Okay.
Felix will be sitting there. I mean, he'll be looking kind of pissed. No, he looks pissed off.
Yeah.
But he's
Clara,
just sitting there waiting for Viridian. He's not
Clara-
leaving without him.
Clara, for reference, doesn't look like angry or anything. She's just kind of thinking on, okay, what am I going to do? Viridian just said he'll listen to me. What is he talking about? Okay, I gotta make a decision.
Okay. So you both are mostly in your own thoughts in the meantime.
Yeah. Besides, like the food comment.
Yes, I understand that happened. Yeah. Okay. Right. So Viridian will make his way down the stairs to see these two waiting. One's gone.
Yeah. Great.
Hey.
Hey. He'll look around and be like, "No, well, I guess Gwen's mad."
Oh. Yeah.
She's not the only one.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating.
Did you get the answer you were looking for, Viridian?
I was hoping it would be different, but I got the answer that, yeah, I think I got what I was looking for.
Well, that's good at least. Well, I should probably go catch up with Gwen. I'd kind of decide what we're gonna do.
I'll see how we have much of a choice, but we should at least discuss it when we're all here.
Well, I mean, yeah. You hungry, Viridian?
Felix will just... he'll walk out.
Gruden will go. You know, for once I ain't.
Alright. She couldn't have gotten too far, right?
Gwen? Nah, she's a quick little fin.
So she knows we gotta kind of decide quickly what we're gonna do.
Yeah, you know, there's the things you know and there's the things you do, and sometimes those are different, Clara.
What?
I'm saying you're trying to make this seem better, and I appreciate your cherry disposition, but let's face the facts. Gwen is going to be pissed.
Well, yeah, she's gonna
Gwen
be...
is pissed.
Well, yeah, she's mad, and I'm not trying to downplay that or anything, but I mean, we still gotta come to a decision one way or another. Right?
Oh, yeah, I suppose everyone needs to come to a decision.
Well, I mean, speaking on that, do you know what you want to do regarding all this?
Yeah, I got a feeling.
Can you tell me?
I think it might be treason if I tell you.
I'm not like with the government.
I'm sorry, what?
I won't tell on you. Yeah, we would not do this in earshot.
Yeah. You'll be like, you got your scroll on you?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll tell you later then.
Alright. Wait. Claire just looks at her scroll. Wait, Britain, I think Al just heard everything we talked about.
You don't say.
Shit.
Well, you know, that's fine. Mr. Merlot told us. Al doesn't have the ability to report things unless they're, you know, danger to people.
What does that mean?
Okay, I will drop the sarcasm. Yes, Al heard, and I don't know what that means.
Al?
What? I
Hello?
don't think there's any way to have stopped him.
Yes?
I could have left my
Now
scroll.
speaks up when Clara asked her. Or asked him.
Did you hear everything we talked about?
Perhaps it would be best if you report to the lab at some point.
Shit. Ah, man. I fucked up.
Come on,
earlier.
Clara. We gotta find Gwen.
Ah, shit. Claire's gonna look very upset. Not like physically
If
upset.
it makes
to
you
see.
feel better, I'm not upset at you.
I don't know if I should thank you for that.
I feel like it would be polite, but I would understand if you're not too concerned with it at the moment.
Yeah, thank you for not being upset, Al.
Ah. Of course.
Al, can you stop listening for a while?
He won't respond, and we'll the program will shut down.
Does this actually stop him? I don't even know anymore.
Your headmate says they don't know. Alright, so you guys are going off to go reorganize.
Yeah, don't.
Was Gwen just leaving an angry or a frustrated situation to anywhere specific, or just leaving back to like anywhere else?
I think she's going back to their room.
A few moments later.
We can come back in now as you guys are re-entering your room at the very crappy bed represented place, the Catfish. Gwen has been here first. What's she been up to lately?
Did you change the map?
I'm so sorry.
I kneel.
A pox upon my house.
All right. I don't know if they all arrived at the same time, but whoever enters the room is going to see Gwen just like angrily putting shit in her bags.
Well, that would be Felix.
Yeah, I
no
mean, you
problem.
guys they all came back together. So.
Yeah, I mean, basically. I
Yeah.
mean, Felix didn't like run off. He wasn't sprinting away. He just
Yeah,
didn't
I
want to
know,
listen to
but
Clara's
clearly-
jokes.
Clearly, he would open the door first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felix will just walk over to his bed and just sit down on it, looking pissed off. He'll be along shortly.
Gwen will continue angrily packing her bags.
Brittany and Clara will walk in.
Yeah, Claire got a hot dog from outside.
I can't believe Clara's the one with the joke food.
Do you want one?
No. I'm not hungry, Claire. Well, I am, but I don't want to eat.
He said at the end of last scene he didn't want to. God! It was only 1 minute ago. Jesus, Blake!
I know, I remember.
What is this chaos factor then?
I'm unpredictable.
Continue.
Sorry. So, Claire will just look around. So we should probably decide what we want to do. Do you want to go, Gwen?
No, I don't want to go. Why would I want to go? We came here to do a mission. Now we're being told that we can't, and we have to leave, or we'll be executed.
Well, I don't think we'll be, like, directly executed.
No, that's what Artie was worried about, Clara. Us directly being executed.
Oh.
Yes, this is quite serious, Clara, so perhaps we should treat it as such.
I'm not being, like, too light on it. Just trying to not, lose my cool.
Okay,
Sure.
well, we is all, been in this oven for a while now. It is time to stop being cool.
Right.
So yeah, Artie has a point. Everyone should admit it. If we stick around, there's big things we might get involved in and get in trouble with Vale.
Yeah, that's right. And I don't think that'd be for the best.
Yeah, but then there's no one here in the city. I mean, we came here to, protect people, to deal with the migration. That doesn't just end because we're leaving.
Yeah, that's true. Right, Felix, when you guys walked out before this was happening, but I realized my scroll was on the whole time, and pretty sure Al was paying attention and might have... He told me to go see Dr. Malo when I asked him.
I said go to the lab.
Or go to the lab. When I asked him if he was listening or not.
I see. Another mistake to add to the pile.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right. Tapping the prince's communications. We're doing a bang-up job here.
So... Not trying to be, light on it. I just want to lay out clearly what everyone wants to do immediately following now. Do we go to talk with Team Iris about this? Do we just pack up and go? Do we go to the lab?
Do we spend hours deciding as a team and find out that someone just went ahead and did something else completely? What about that option? That seems to be a common one. And why even bother discussing it if it doesn't matter? Why have a team discussion if it doesn't matter?
I must say, Viridian, I am quite disappointed. Not that I'm surprised, just disappointed. Even if it was perhaps the right thing to do.
Well, I don't think
I'm not too sure about that anymore.
Hmm.
I mean, do you have anything to say?
Yeah. No, I don't think it's gonna make any of y'all feel any better about it. I'm sorry that I was sneaking around and hiding things from you, but...
Lying? You're sorry that you lied to us? Is that what you're trying to say? Why don't you say it then?
Look up at the top of the ceiling and go... I do feel bad about lying to all of you, yeah.
Oh, well, I'd hope so.
Though, if I might say something, Viridian, was it our... And how Felix will kind of look at him more seriously. Did you think that since we trusted the mayor so haphazardly, that you had to do this without our consent?
Yeah, but not just the mayor. Everyone was trusting the mayor, and everyone was especially trusting Dr. Merlot and Piper and being real open about everything. And I didn't want them knowing about all this stuff.
And you couldn't have just said that? You instead had to lie and, waste our time? I mean, because here I am, trying to figure out who we should tell, what we should do. And it doesn't matter, because you've already told someone. And when I ask you what we should do, you don't care. You don't say what we want to do. You just don't even tell us that you've already told someone, and that affects everything. I mean, what if we didn't tell Artie? And... Ganymede?
Ganymede.
Yeah, you got it.
And Ganymede just, did whatever he did, and then Artie found out about it through him, and we sat here for a month and didn't tell him. That'd look even worse on us. Like, do you not trust us?
I trust all of y'all, but accidents happen. Especially when we got a snoop in each of our pockets.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
that doesn't really explain anything. Okay, you don't trust your phone, so you lied to me? You don't trust other people, so you lied to me? You're just saying you don't trust me.
Yeah, I guess that did happen that way.
But it's not like you actually
Look, I'm
distrust...
sorry about that and keeping the secret for a while, but it's been a real complicated time here, Gwen. I wasn't sure how to go about everything. Never actually done this much snooping and secrets going on and treason stuff before.
Yeah, and neither have I. That's why I wanted us to talk about it as a team, come to some sort of conclusion. put our heads together? You know, that you participated in and just didn't share?
Alright. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Viridian, I think that was a mistake. I'm not too mad myself because you seem to be acknowledging that.
Well, if we acknowledge, then it's all fine.
No, I'm not saying that, Gwen. I'm saying maybe for the time being, we should just agree to not keep innocent from each other, move on, and focus on the situation at hand instead of fighting about mistakes that were made, and save working any kind of trust issues out for after we've dealt with the immediate situation we're in. Because as already said, any additional time we stay here is bad for how we look. So it's best we put this aside for now and just figure out exactly what we want to do, and if we want to just hop on the next train out of here. Because, and Viridian, I trust you. So just from now on, we'll handle this all as a team, and we can just leave it at that for now. Does that sound okay with everyone?
Yes, I suppose we should get to more important things right now.
Yeah, sure. This is more important, I guess.
Oh yeah, a whole lot more important, so I'm fine with that.
Right. Thank you. Okay. So, I guess I can start. On what we talked about with Artie, I don't want to... I barely understand the politics of Vale, how everything works. And I don't want to go creating just massive political problems because I don't even know what's going on. So, I feel real bad about walking away from stopping the Grim here. But I think I might want to take Artie's advice and just go if every road around here just leads to monstrably bigger problems. Not just for us, but for everyone.
So you want to leave?
Yes.
Right. Well, it was under my impression that we came here to protect people from Grimm, which normally involves putting our lives on the line, fighting giant monsters. So, I'm not really afraid of being executed. I mean, I don't want to be executed, but I think we should stay.
But if we stayed, and I'm not accusing you of anything, I just want to know, how would we go about doing our job in the best way possible? Would we keep working for Dr. Merlot, even knowing the connections he might have and what he might be involved in? Do we just go out and protect settlements like Redwall and try and be disconnected from everything?
I mean, Dr. Merlot's... Sorry, one sec. Our next job was, like, to install, like, those things that, like, repel the Grimm, right?
They are beacons that don't repel them, but are going to do readings as they are trying to accurately surmise the possible size and path of the current Grimm migratory paths to see if they're being dragged in great herds with the migration. So it's again an idea of how big this possible Grimm migration would be and how dangerous it might be, considering its proximity to the city and nearby local cities that haven't been absorbed into the Glen, like Redwall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Merlot's work doesn't seem to be treasonous. He's just doing it to protect the people of the city, to get more information on the Grimm. I don't see the harm in helping him.
Clara's going to look conflicted and think to herself for a second.
I mean, we can. They've been notified of the Red Fang threat in the city and all that. I'm sure the Knights can take care of that if something were to happen. So I guess we can wipe our hands clean of that in terms of our vigilante work. But I think our mission is still important.
Well, I mean, I agree. Definitely don't feel good voicing my opinion to walk out of here and ignore that. Felix, Viridian, what do you two think on everything?
Felix will kind of clench his teeth a bit and be like, I've been trying to think of a way to set something right here, but I suppose since the moment we've been here, we've been being used. It does not sit quite right with me.
Yeah.
I must agree with Gwen that leaving it doesn't feel like the right thing to do. Although, I already did mention that Merlot is going against some sort of law they have, despite it being helpful. I guess we'll have to accept the fact that we'll be going against the law directly if we're to help everyone here.
Viridian, you're the one that's most impacted by this since you're actually from here.
I still want to know why we're here.
Yeah,
He's gonna scratch his chin and go. I mean, Gwen's right. On paper, we're here to do the Grimm research for Dr. Merlot. But he'll shake his head and go, still something weird about that. Ever since Gail told us we were both, us and Iris, going on this job, she thought something was fishy, we thought something was fishy. I want to know why still. Besides that, honestly, I don't care about doing the work for Mr. Merlot or Old Man McDonald anymore. I'd be just fine jumping on a train, jumping off a train, hiding out in the woods to see if any trouble happens, and then sticking around that way.
right. Yeah, I mean, that's the most curious thing of all, is the king signed off on the governor's request to bring us and Iris here. So, I guess I'm just still wondering about everything like you are, and I guess hopping on a train out of here wouldn't exactly answer any of that. So, Viridian, you're okay doing whatever, but you want to dig deeper. Gwen, Felix, you two want to not walk away and at least keep fighting the Grimm. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's about 2.5 to 1. I think we came to a decision then. I mean, I can't say I happily want to walk away from everything, so I can turn my position around and agree with, doing everything we can to make sure the Grimm don't become a terrible problem around here. So, if that's us continuing to help Dr. Merlot with his research, then we can keep doing that, and maybe we can find out something useful and good out of it. Sound fair?
Yes. Yeah. Perhaps we should really look into trying something else, if we can avoid working for Merlot. But it probably is the easiest way to help everyone around here.
Well,
Provided he's saying Or he's telling the truth.
Well, at least for now, we still have the immediate mission that we already agreed to him about putting the beacons in. And like Gwen said, nothing seems wrong with that from what we know. At least from what little we know. So we can probably go along with that for now and evaluate afterwards. I mean, it shouldn't be too long before he asks us to get out there. He seemed to be almost done putting them together.
Yeah. You know, and I'm just floating this. I think it might be a good idea to go down and see how he's coming along with that.
Yeah, well, Al did say to stop by. So, probably a good idea.
However, we should go see Iris first.
Yeah, probably a better idea.
Yeah, I don't suspect they're eager to leave either.
No. Probably
Jose
a bit.
especially.
Yeah, probably a bit conflicted, and I doubt Jose would want to step away from things in the Red Fang like we seem to agree to do. So, how about we see what they're up to and then head over to Merlot Labs.
Yeah. That sounds like it'd be for the best.
Alright, well. Guess that's it. A bunch more to say. Sounds like we have a plan.
Mouse is there.
Yeah, I need some cheering up. You know?
He's laying in a puddle of blood.
He's been the main conspirator all along. You take off the mask, it's Mayor McDonald or Governor
Rosebud. Goes out.
Rosebud.
I go. Oh, that's a password.
That's a password. Okay. Right. So you guys want to try and hit up Iris with a little texty message, yeah?
Yeah. Let's use Viridian's phone that doesn't have Al on
We
it.
need to talk.
Viridian's phone has Al on it. He
Every
just
one of
doesn't
your
ever
phones
bring it
has
anywhere.
Al.
Right. Oh yeah, he just doesn't bring his phone.
What if we delete it?
I mean,
Fuck
yeah,
you,
you could just try and uninstall the app, sure. It's an
No.
option.
Felix
It's
doesn't
not like
know
an
how to.
operating system.
Felix doesn't know how to get rid of. Felix doesn't know how to get rid of cookies. I don't think this is gonna work out.
Well, I'm not hungry. He
How
looked
did
at
they-
his scroll.
How did the cookies get into the phone?
How do they print it in there?
We're not cavemen. We have
Felix
technology.
finds cookie clicker, just clicks it, just his eyes light up a bit. Oh,
Whoa.
I enjoy
Hell
this.
yeah. This is awesome, dude.
Yes, I'd probably message like Hagios to see. It's like, hey, can we talk?
Okay. Hachios, I mean, responded pretty quickly and goes, yes, I'm sure I know what this is about. We'll meet you in one of the crossing alleys towards Emerald Street.
Off we go.
Which one of them did we tell we were gonna talk to?
All of them.
All of them? Okay.
That we're
Jose
talking
might
about.
have left. Jose might have left before you officially decided on it in like frustration, but it was clearly stated that all of them would know about that this was happening.
Yeah, and Hagios was like one of the people pushing for talking to Artie about it.
Hagios was big. Okay, this is a good idea. Alright. You guys will head over to meet them. That's so much more serious than I mean it to be.
Oh my god, Zions, fuck.
I don't know the music that I have. There, yeah, I know this one. Okay.
I did not expect that song to play.
Alright.
I didn't even know you
Make
used
your way
that.
to the alleyway.
Ooh, not everyone's here.
Alright, you'll make your way towards the alley and you'll see Nebu and Hagios. Stood where they said they'd meet. Nebu on her phone right now, clicking sat on a trash can. She's turned to gold so it's not dirty. And Hagios stood there cross-armed and sighs as you all approach. And Nebu hops up onto her feet, puts her phone away, and lets out a little huff, kind of straightens her jacket and goes, I told you so. There, I said it. That's all. That's the one time I'm gonna do it. I know. I believed you.
This was a terrible idea.
She said that to all of you. Yeah.
Yes, with hindsight, we probably shouldn't have told him.
If only there was foresight. I said I was done. Don't glare at me. We've got more important things to do than you get frumpy at me, Hagios.
Right.
Roseroom's looking for Jose.
Hopefully that doesn't take too long.
Well, I don't know how long it'll take, but I don't think it'll be, anytime we need to worry about. I'm sure we all know his opinion on things. So what, did you guys get, assailed by anyone?
It wasn't that egregious or anything, right?
No.
Good, us either yet. But Varric was, I guess as helpful as they're allowed to be.
Tight-lipped a bit.
What did he say?
Him.
Sorry.
We confronted him on the subject of things after I received the call from Artorius. Kind of grunts and frowns heavily and mutters under his breath and shakes his head. At least it seems the knight, who I more suspect is a good handler of ours, has some reasonable reservations on how things may be proceeding himself. But I don't know if that matters much, considering the power scale here.
Probably not enough to change anything.
Well, it is probably enough to do something if he would just nut up and do it.
That's a difficult matter, apparently, to the Valish here.
Seems to be so.
That whole business with the tunnels and stuff is incredibly a suspicious thing to tell him.
Yeah.
Yes,
I thought you were just covering the Faunish stuff.
I guess I got a bit carried away since we were Red Fang in the tunnel.
Oh my god, you guys let Clara talk?
Yeah, boo.
We let
Honey.
it get away from us.
Honey, when are you gonna get better at this?
I hope soon.
Right. Okay.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
it's not. I'm sorry. Verdian told them about the tunnels, is what he told the noble guys, right?
Yeah, Viridian
Yeah.
did say he told Ganymede.
Well, it's not like it actually mattered. He would have found out eventually. Viridian told Sir Ganymede.
That racist guy? Why?
Because I wanted to know what he found out with his snooping on the mayor and his other people on the city stuff, okay?
Oh my god, how did that go? I'm sure he had great things to say about the governor he hates.
Well, he gave me a lead, but I didn't actually have time to follow up on, but...
Woo! Gold star!
You're not helping, Nebu.
I'm frustrated! I'm not in the mood to help!
I didn't share that with Artorius, knowing Rudian said it already, so...
Why are you jumping in the front of this?
I tried to give you an out.
Fucking masochist freak.
Either way, we've received at least a summons from Enoch, so I presume that means they've been informed about us. Somehow. I presume perhaps through our scrolls?
Yeah, that's probably how everything traveled.
That or Artorius has already left and done something stupid.
It hasn't even been a day.
Hagios just shrugs.
Like, he's a bit of a loose cannon, and I've been saying this for a while.
Not enough, apparently, or else we would have listened.
Yeah, like you listened to me.
Maybe now's
Well-
not the time to argue too much.
It's not. I know.
So what are you guys planning on doing?
Hajios
I'm
look
sure
over at
it's
Nebu.
not going to be an easy decision given, well, half your team isn't here.
For now, the plan was to go speak with Enoch. Nebu has assured me she has confidence that we may be able to get better information from him.
Yeah, he's not exactly gonna hide much at this point. Same with all of them, honestly. Jeez. You guys really have to go blow the top off all of this.
We got a message to go to Merlot Labs ourselves.
Good. Great,
So-
good.
We were planning to head there and check on everything.
You should. I can see why Enoch wasn't upfront with everything about this now. Jeez. Did Artorius say anything he might be doing?
No, I specifically tried to ask that and he avoided it.
I suppose he has some tact at these things in a manner.
Yep, he just... Every question like that he approached with a... It would be worse for me to know.
Oh, bullshit.
No, that's not a bit unfair. I'm sure he does mean it in a way. He sounded genuine enough, but I don't agree with his logic on this.
Yes, he sounded very genuine when he said he didn't want us executed, even though there's nothing he could do to stop it.
Executed. I would like to see them try to kill me.
Looks you and Nebu have certain
No.
connections.
Yeah, no shit. They can't execute you guys, you fucking idiots. You're celebrities. You're the Vital Festival winners. Were you
Yeah, I'm
actually
not
scared by
worried.
that?
No, I'm not worried about being executed, but still.
Good. And if if Hagios and I were touched, let alone Jose, there would be a big problem. Iron's industry pulling out of the country would be pretty bad for Vale in general, but if either of us got hurt, well, that could be war.
Not something we should be saying as a good thing, Nebu.
I'm just saying, watch them try it. I'll fucking kill them too.
I didn't say I'd kill them either, and I'd like to avoid an armed conflict, which is what I assume anyone with intelligence here would avoid either.
Oh, well, that won't start Artorius, will it?
We don't know that. We're jumping to conclusions based off what Enoch's concerns are.
I'm just saying, if there's someone I'll trust on the political situation, it'd be Mr. Enoch. Not any of us.
Yeah. I'm honestly just trying my best to keep up with what's going on. Bad as that sounds.
Don't let steam pour out of your ears.
I'm trying.
Hagios will grunt. Just tune her out when she makes those comments. It's not going to help you.
I don't think you'll get to me right now.
Good. Someone's a tough girl instead of being, a grumpy pants who can't handle a couple conversations and a few I told you so's here and there.
Until the situation resolves, I rescind the right to be so groveling towards you.
So, are you guys gonna wait for Roseroom and Jose to get back, or are you just gonna go see Enoch yourselves?
No, we're going to Enoch now.
Yes, there is a good chance Jose would be not interested in it in the first place for all we know. I can't imagine he has business that he needs to attend to as soon as possible, considering his family. I'm assuming he's trying to figure out how to confront them about the possible repercussions of this now. Or, I'm not sure, though we'll be looking for him.
Right.
If Rosarim can't find him soon.
If any of us see him, we'll tell you right away.
I assume so, but thanks.
I guess we can head towards Merlot Labs, and then we can talk later about, what happens next.
Sounds like we're all probably just gonna be debriefed. Yeah. All right. Whatever. We'll compare notes just in case.
Right. Well, I guess good luck.
Right. Yeah. Be careful, Clara.
Yeah, I'll try
We're
and
not built
watch.
for this.
I'll try and watch my words and maybe let Gwen take the lead.
She's good at this. You've got this one, right, honey?
Yes.
Good. Come on, Hajios. She shouldn't wait much longer.
Right. Well, on the silver lining, it's nice to see Nebu enthusiastic about something, finally.
Yeah,
Come on!
probably helpful in the situation.
Yeah, surprisingly so. They will depart.
Right. Well, guess it's off to Merlot Labs.
All right. Get your tokens. Anything you want to say on the way over, everyone?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Viridian to do something.
Sure. You can
Oh,
do it
okay.
on this map.
Viridian,
Hmm.
can you use your semblance to make sure we're not being followed by anybody? I don't know if Artie cares to keep tabs on us now.
You know, I'd wager if Enoch's wanting to talk to them, more people than I already know about all this. So, yeah. All right.
All right.
She does not say thanks.
What a bitch!
No thanks. What a cunt.
Wow. You really see a person's true colors when you're about to be executed. You didn't think you were gonna be fucking executed, did you? Well, no, of course not.
No, Noah's a pussy. I mean, the guards are pussies.
Listen, he only said you might be in prison.
He only said you might be imprisoned and go to trial.
Yeah, he didn't say.
I guess I just assume have a very
Well, I think we took it when he's like, dude, high treason is literally the worst fucking thing you could ever do.
Yeah, no, there you go. That's fair.
Dude, you might be implicated in high treason. That means anyone who even breathed next to the mayor, including his son, will be hung from the gallows.
It just means they might be held accountable for certain things. You never know.
All I'm saying is,
To pick up trash.
all I'm saying is, I'm at least, and I know how governmental changes kind of work out for the losing side.
You're literally a foreign agent.
Anyway, Brian, can you give me either a creativity or wit roll?
Creativity or wit? Okay, sure. Creativity, I guess.
Go for it. But I don't think your highlights would help with this one. I looked over them quickly. But you could argue it if you think you have a strong case.
Well, I don't know what I'm rolling for, so I don't have any case at all.
The creation of your bird to look for people around.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah, it's
they don't.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. You don't think you see anyone following you guys, discreetly or non-discreetly currently with your birds you're setting up.
Okay.
All right. You just can safely, without being assailed by anyone, make your way over to Merlot Labs.
Yay.
You'll make your way in, and you'll be directed to the standard laboratory section and enter through the large metal doors into the lab that's shut behind you. As you'll see Miss Hamlin and Montgomery, Mr. Merlot himself, Dr. Merlot and Dr. Hamlin, stood there, not in the process of doing anything like they normally are, both just in their normal lab coats and stuff, seemingly just in the midst of talking amongst themselves, but have stopped when they saw the doors opening and are looking over at all of you as you enter in.
We're entering the think tank.
Awkwardly scratched his neck as you're all entering, as he kind of hunches back over again a little bit, looking sheepish.
I just said I wasn't gonna be the one leading the
Yeah,
conversation because I'm
Sure,
Fuck,
sure.
You guys can move yourselves over as you see fit.
This is very awkward.
Yeah, Piper has looked serious, but Merlot looks more awkward than serious himself. He looks like he doesn't know what to say either. Piper is going to cough into her palm and look at Monty, and he's gonna kind of freeze up for a second, and then kind of, well, I suppose I should say that it wasn't an intentional process to keep tabs on you necessarily with the program, though I, in retrospect, understand your suspicion.
Uh-huh.
And it has played out that way.
Well, I'd appreciate it if you didn't.
Well, it just makes things easier for me to work that way.
Right.
I have no interest in personal details, so I didn't see it as a problem. What Dr. Merlot is trying to say is that under any sort of professionalism here, it's not like these recordings or these audio transmissions were recorded for any use. However, it seems like in this case, we can't really help ourselves here, considering the circumstances have put you at high risk.
Right.
And us, yes, that's the point.
Yeah.
So, I guess I wanted to just say, sorry. Yes, essentially.
Right. Sorry, Sam.
No, feel free to cut me off.
And I do take great offense at being called a dubious scientist, also. From him, not you all. I suppose you all didn't, Piper just sighs. It's enough, Monty. That's enough.
Right, well, I don't think you seem very dubious, at least from what I can tell.
Thank you. Not.
But it seems there's a lot we don't know about, so maybe you are dubious.
Yes. I suppose it would be safe to say that not everything is said in the open with the operations of how this entire mission has gone so far, for anyone included. But I suppose now's the time where you'll be forced to be put in the know. Piper will kind of step to the side a little bit and press a button near the sink, and the doors in the back will open. Then coming out, striding out, will be the governor.
Oh, fuck.
He'll adjust his mustache a little bit as he walks in and surveys all of you, squinting as he makes his way up. That's enough stammering there, Monty. You can sit down. He'll awkwardly laugh a little bit and sit down in his chair. Right. I suppose it's fair to put all cards on the table now, isn't it?
Think that'd be for the best?
Well, you did take the lead, didn't you?
Well, when we
glaring towards Clark.
Well, when we told Artie, we didn't think it would be at the expense of the mission here.
Oh, of course, telling details of the mission that were kept quiet due to fear of retaliation from Panic would not be needed to be told to the prince himself, the boy. It's almost as if those restrictions were put in place intentionally to avoid a situation like this. I hope you don't just think I meant the public. Informing a child with more power than he has to deserve is possibly one of the worst candidates to hear about these sorts of things, though I can see your misguided logic here. Well, to be fair, Otto, it's not like they didn't have reasons to suspect things. Putting Al on their phones was a bit of an overstep, but it was important for your research as well. Piper just rolls her eyes. We'll look back towards Team Supernova.
Clara she's very conflicted. She came here like, okay, we're just gonna talk to Dr. Merlot. I'm not gonna like try and fuck anything up. Ah, God, the governor walked out of his back door. I really don't know how to not fuck anything up because I think if you talk to him, it's going too far.
Let me first assure you all of that. You should relax. You've done nothing illegal.
Seems to be only you accused of doing something illegal.
Yes, and
Meaning
only
secession?
And only hearsay at that. The boy prince attempting to scare you into silence and fleeing the country should already give you an idea of what he's fearful of. That someone has a challenge to any sort of his tyrannical father's reign at this point. But more so that he thinks the only way to deal with opposition is through threats. And, well, I'd like you all to relax a little bit, your children, all of you.
Alright.
Right.
Gwen gives a bit of a scowl at being called a child.
My point is you're in no danger, and throwing around large vernacular shouldn't intimidate you so easily.
Did Clara just go, I'm relaxed, and sit down?
Yeah.
Nervous.
Glenn glares at being a child. Claire sits down and starts sucking on her thumb.
Well, it's not every day you're accused of high treason.
Yes, and it's not every day I've heard the boy prince claim high treason would be saving citizens of Vale stuck in a bunker from Grimm. Well, I suppose that is quite treasonous, isn't it? He'd prefer if they were dead and construction had stopped. He kind of taps his cane on the ground a bit and ruffles his mustache. Really is quite a silly claim in the first place. You all shouldn't have been as scared by it.
I have a question.
Yes?
Why'd they want construction on the tunnel to be stopped again?
It threatens the powers that be that hold the reign on the Baelish authority. Mountain Glen, in its current process, should this city continue to prosper and develop larger-scale trading and independence from its own power base at the Baelish authority, will threaten the king entirely, and his court. We're not talking secession, he says, narrowing his eyes toward Gwen. That's a buzzword being tossed around by royalists who wish to put fear into the minds of all their neighbors. That Vale will rise up against each other and will be thrown into civil war. What we're talking about is closer to an independence party. Since you have tied yourselves to my plight, whether intentional or not, through your actions as huntsmen, it doesn't matter. The opposition will see you as the enemy. Thus, I have no reason to fear telling you more details now that I know your lives are essentially staked to my cause.
And... Well, so you want to make another seat at the table, essentially.
That would be the assumption that a man like or a boy like Artorius would think like. A boy who's so corrupted by the ideals of his society that he can only imagine it with a tyrannical reign. I wish to destroy the table.
Oh boy. Yeah, how noble of you. So what I'm getting is that Artie's trying to scare us off, and you want us to stick around because we still have a job to do here. Whatever job you really wanted us down here to do in the first place.
Oh, don't make a mistake. I haven't lied to you yet on your intention. You being the only huntsman available has been relayed to you by Enoch, hasn't it? He's told you of the Union's grip, of the Union's tight-lipped... Let me rephrase it. He's told you already how the Royal Authority has pushed the Union to restrict how many huntsmen have been allowed to be assigned to our authority. The best we could push was a sort of celebrity invitation to partake in the city for PR, like you children. If I had my way, I would have hired professional huntsmen. But you're the only option the city has currently for huntsmen that we could officially hire. Else the Union would block all our other requests.
Right. I mean,
you were the loophole we could get around the Union's stranglehold on huntsman work. After all, hiring mercenaries would be breaking an actual law of the Valish of Hoarding.
So, our job here is still to help Dr. Merlot curb the Grim in the area, right?
Of course it is, yes. There was no need to lie about something so foolish. What else could I have benefited from currently? Besides the continued construction of the railway, which is of course helpful, there were no Grimm supposed to be in those tunnels in the first place. Of course, we weren't informed on the full details thanks to the new authority. Your mission hasn't changed necessarily. It's always been to be huntsmen under our hire currently. Though I would have expected you all to do, much worse so far.
Wait, really?
Why do you think I hired 2 teams? Yes, because people are so interested in meeting second place on a campaign for PR. No, Iris was an afterthought for the most part. But they've proved themselves as well. I must say, the crop of shade wasn't a lie, or an over-exaggeration. No, you're clearly still in training. You don't know how to treat your own PR. After a blunder like this, circles would talk, and you'd never be hired by anyone who owns more property than a house.
Claire will take a deep breath and stand back up off the chair now that she's composed herself more. Right, Dr. Merlot, how close are we to be able to go out and put the beacons out?
Well, I mean, they're gonna be done within the next day. That's when I was going to inform you, and, I guess,
He looks over towards Piper and Otto, who both glare at him, and he kind of coughs into his hand as Otto nods.
right. I guess now it's fine to tell you exactly that it's technically, a pack of 4 beacons and 1 transceiver.
Right.
And
What's the
what's
transceiver for?
To, look like a dummy beacon and attract at least a branch off of some Grim towards the location we'll be sending you to for that one. A facility built under the area.
For study.
Yes, exactly. I have a number of facilities within the area that we've constructed. Very secure ones, I'll have you know, to my specifications. For the study and research of this current migratory pack of Grim. And their evolutionary development.
So that's what you're hoping to find out from them when you study them.
Yes, besides the actual details from the beacons themselves, I also wish to get an idea of the current discoveries of the evolutionary development of them, to understand if there's a reason to truly fear the migratory path, the intelligence level of some of the alphas within the pack. Depending on the level of development within alphas in a migration, that will determine the intelligence of the migration as a whole through their own communication. Grim alphas have a language with each other. At least I've discovered it. Should we be able to determine the intelligence of these alphas, we'll be able to know the unified threat of the Grim.
Right.
As in coordination. The difference between a band of peasantry rising against an authority versus, let's say, an army, if they have officers of certain. But, you know, Grim.
Mm-hmm. Claire will look around to the team for a bit. Well, we came here wanted to say that we have no intention of stopping from helping clear out the Grim in the area, because that's what we came here to do, and we wouldn't walk away from, such a threat.
Oh, cool, good. Piper sighs. Yes, but your faces say otherwise. I mean, you don't look exactly all sunshine and rainbows about things.
Artorias is our friend, and this is pretty clearly going against what he said.
Well, look at how well the boy king treats you. You might be friends as children, but he clearly doesn't value it enough not to lie to you to your face as well. At least I have no pretense of saying we're companions. You shouldn't put his words so heavily. He's thinking of his own benefits, not the entirety of whatever mission statement you have. Think of your own integrity as huntsman, in training or not. It values the same. It shouldn't change much over your careers unless you're terrible ones. The good ones keep their it. The poor ones lose it over time.
So what's going to happen with you?
If Artorias
that you're building the tunnel.
If Artorias thinks that information is enough damnation for anything, I would say he very much underestimates his little rat Ganymede's ability to gather information, along with Varix, who's been here for a much longer time. I'm sure the Royal Authority has some idea of our construction plan continuing. After all, no matter what Artorias assumes, the construction of it is yet to be illegal. It's merely the funding of properties within it. Which I can assure you I still have some friends willing to help with. No, this is not a royal matter, more so of a matter between the Merchants Guild, one that the kings will represent happily. My enemies are there for the most part. The Royal Authority is just a useful stooge for them. I'm sure you must have seen their cronies by now, the Dandelions. Right, tell me, if the Royal Authority is so concerned with keeping citizens safe, I wonder why then they've not helped mobilize any efforts to stop these nobleborns from reigning through with their vigilante groups, beating my citizens and patrolling the streets like they have some form of authority.
We have heard of that.
Yeah, we didn't run into any of them yet, though.
Do you think my police force has any authority to hold them to any standard considering their birth? No. The best I can do is keep them in holding cells for some time before some noble comes ringing at the police station. Whether it's going to be paying for their bail or threatening something worse, they can't hold them for much longer than that.
So they're using their status like a shield.
Of course, and no one higher up the chain of the authorities back towards the Royal Authority or within the military is willing to help insist on enforcing the law here. They're all pretending to miss the correspondence. Once again, I presume mostly the Merchants Guild are the ones who are funding them. Royal coffers can only afford so much to stupid children like them. Someone with money is backing them to be disruptive here. My railway threatens their monopoly on things quite heavily.
Yeah, I mean, if you're growing things here so fast and so successfully, I can see how those comfortable with how things were would get worried. And I don't like the idea of them going around causing trouble just to do it without having to face any consequence. I suppose we can't really get involved in that, can we?
Not unless you'd like to be decent humans, but I doubt there'd be any point in involving yourselves in it since you're not mercenaries, like I said. I don't want you to necessarily cause more problems. I want you to deal with the ones you can help with.
Well,
Why do you think I told you to stay away from this business back in Redwall? Do you think the Red Fang and its supporters have any sympathy for what you mean to do? The group's clearly being influenced by agitators. We've attempted to deal with them in every way so far, whether it's requesting military assistance to deal with the threat, which has been, of course, misunderstood or misheard, or whether trying to broker deals with them. Enoch's tried his best using contacts he has, and they're still trying to wring us for more money and support. They see us as a dying beast they're feasting on, rather than as a potential hold for them in the future. Whether these faunists are too bloodthirsty for revenge or just plain as stupid as the royal authority says they are, I can't tell. But no amount of charity has supported them, given to them has supported our cause well enough for them not to interfere with it. But that doesn't mean I want you digging your noses into it either. This business with the rally will be the largest problem.
And we're definitely kicking up a storm there.
It would be a problem nonetheless, I'm sure. They're getting more brazen by the day. I can hardly suspect this would have been the only way it comes out. I don't appreciate the expedition on the topic, but it's past for now. Digs in his coat pocket and dabs at himself with a handkerchief to cut some sweat off his head.
Well, I think Claire looks at her team one more time, and then to Dr. Merlot, and then Governor McDonald. I think we're all in agreement about what we're gonna do next, which is.
Are you? I haven't heard from the rest of you.
Well, my plan is just to complete the mission.
Yes, I think we all came to the same conclusion on what to do next.
You two are rather soft, aren't you?
Who's he speaking to?
The two who just spoke.
I'm afraid I don't know what you mean.
Easy to influence.
Just because I'm doing the mission doesn't mean I agree with you or the prince.
No, I mean that you'd follow Clara May Sora here.
She's
We
our
have
team leader.
quite a lot of confidence in her.
He looks over at Clara up and down. I can't see why.
Some things are... Felix will think about it for a second and go, beyond what you can just see. He'll nod his head a little.
Otto, is insulting the kids part of the plan? I don't really understand how this benefits you.
Forgive me if my frustrations boil over.
No, we've all made mistakes, Clara included. But we're a team, and we follow our leader. Like you said, we're still learning as huntsmen.
Right. And I'm at least glad that most of you can see the importance is dealing with Grimm, as it's your job to do. Right. Well, continuing with any questions you have, I said we can be rather upfront with things now. After all, if this ship goes down, I imagine some of it will at least come knocking your way. Though, as I said before, any pretense of being arrested or held accountable for things, well, highly unlikely. I merely think that you've shown that there's no point in hiding things if you'll dig into them so far. And Artorius, the boy prince, is already making a muck of things. I don't have to keep much to my chest anymore if he's going to be making a tantrum no matter what.
Right. Well, I think I know the answer to this already, but the time frame of us being here, it's just till Dr. Merlot's finished his research on the migration, correct?
You'll be done within a week.
Oh.
The construction of the railway will be finished.
I didn't guess that.
Yeah, with the information we gather from this mission, we'll have a clear idea on the migratory process. What happens after that will either be we'll be in the clear, or the railway will be finished, and we'll use it to expedite huntsmen from Vale along with the military. After all, once the tunnel's finished, there's no way they could resort to the worst case scenario, which currently would be allowing the migration to attack the city, which would, in this case, be, well...
Go through the tunnel.
No, it would be more like a siege. There's no penetration through the tunnel. I have to say, you have more suspicion on the Crown than I do if you think they'd let the entire city die despite us. No, what they do is wait as it's a long siege of Grim on the outer shell until we secede any plans we have to continue our autonomy here, and allow them to take over and replace me with some figurehead crony, and take all of Merlot and Dr. Hamlin's equipment and, well, leave them for destitution. After all, Merlot's assets are already attempting to be seized, even though he only had the audacity to reject his noble title and continue to live the life of a normal person, rather than their pumped-up scarecrows. Something that shouldn't be happening in Vale any longer. We're out of the dark ages. We don't have need for these things.
Can I ask you about that, Dr. Merlot?
He looks over at Otto, and Otto just, nods, yeah, what are you looking at me for?
Yeah, I guess.
What made you want to give up your title and everything?
It was bothersome. I didn't want to manage lands or anything like that. It didn't matter. It was just something my father hoisted on me because I'd be his son. This noble,
Looks at Otto again, who just rolls his eyes.
well, I mean, the whole process of how the nobility still functions in Vale is kind of backwards. It just keeps families in power for no reason. I had a lot of responsibilities, so I just decided to take it and, well, sell off the land and titles and things for my own funding of the corporation that we had. I wasn't interested in continuing to produce weapons, but I still had to keep it as a basis to open up all my other research institutions, like the medical and Grim facilities, like here. This factory here, this plant here produces some designer tools, like knives and things, and a few hunting weapons, but besides that, we're fully functioning on something more important than just ammo and weapon manufacturing. No more building tanks and stuff. I wanted to do something useful. Grim research has been hampered a lot by the regulators. You know, the people who keep things all Valish way here.
Right.
It's not like my research is actually illegal, it's just that you won't find anyone in the sector who'd give you grants, who'd support you for this sort of thing. If I didn't have my money and everything, and help from Otto and Enoch, I would basically have been left for dry. Thankfully, with the money, I was able to do that. I luckily met Piper.
She just rolls her eyes a bit and sighs, kind of looking embarrassed.
And, yeah, I had a good support structure for all of this. I don't like the idea of nobility. It's pointless.
Right. Well, I guess I'm happy you're able to find a way to do what you wanted to do.
Thanks. Let's hope it doesn't go up in smoke.
Well, we'll try and make sure it doesn't, at least as long as we're here.
Thanks. I hope you didn't accidentally... No, it'll be fine.
Piper just sighs.
Right.
So we'll look to our team to see if they have any questions.
I don't.
Not particularly. What was whispering?
I don't know.
Richard, how about Viridian?
Yes.
Alright, cool. Go for it.
Reading, seeing that Claire has finished interrogating Merlot, is going to look at Otto and go, What happens to Redwall in your plan?
Well, as you can see from the township, its radicalization has only become rampant. I'm sure you all got a poor impression of it afterwards. He looks over towards Felix and Gwen. And currently, it would be in my territory's authority should things progress. If we, over the years, are able to strip more and more authority from the crown and noble houses, the governorship should be able to do what it likes with the territory, as long as they're able to negotiate with the mayor there. Currently, however, I imagine the town is still being harassed by soldiers after the suspicion has been labored on it for, well, hiding Red Fang informants. A convenient needling they're doing to just make things more troublesome. Personally, I don't care much about the land there or anything like that. If they wish to have their pseudo-independence, I encourage it enough, but I would prefer for a full-scale integration within society for them. It does no good for us to be blending more antagonism with each other within the ranks of the Valish people. That's all the houses of nobility and the commoners has done. Having this system in general has been a benefit to only those who rise to the top of it. I've benefited enough from it myself being one, but there is no more than I would like than to let talented men like Enoch and Montgomery be able to actually do things with their lives for the nation itself. It's rather difficult to have to put up with pompous, arrogant nobles rather than talented, hard-working common folk. This would extend as much to the Faunus as I need it to, which seems to be, well, considering Dr. Hamlin's expertise, just as much as anyone else's.
And Claire will look at Dr. Hamlin and think to herself, well, we're asking questions. If Viridian is done, I don't know if you want to comment after that.
I am not.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You'll be like, And the Faunus? I mean, a bunch of Faunus, a bunch of Valish, and a bunch of Varation people all have come to this place because it's so sparkling and new and promises new things for them. But here in Vale, a lot of those people don't get a lot of opportunities. Is that going to be the same in your more influential Mountain Glen?
I don't see why I would turn away people willing to work. It's the most pointless thing possible. It's only kept for patriotism to consolidate power. In the new form of, well, depowered state with the royal authority losing more of its powers over government officials, mediocrity, or metocracy should reign. Those who are willing to work and be able to prove themselves as useful will be able to get to higher rungs of society. The migrants will be welcomed well enough. I could always use more workers. I'm sure scientists could be found within them. And we'll have more houses built here once we're allowed to have more transit, more trade, and less restrictions put on us by the crown. If anything, I show these people somewhat of a good reaction to them. I don't turn them away or discriminate them, and I should only benefit from it. I don't see why I should treat them ill.
But there's no ignoring the Red Fang. They're like the personification of the Faunus' anger or something. They've been giving a real bum rap and all the embers boiling up. Well, what about that?
Red Fang is a fractured organization, no matter what they'll tell you. They run themselves rampantly differently from nation to nation already. And as I've observed, and Enoch's told me through his informants, various branches of it already have disagreeing tendencies on how they act. As you've seen here, I imagine, they're rallying under certain leaders who have their own interests, ones who don't seem to currently line up with the safety of the city. Should they continue to pursue any sort of antagonism towards my citizens, I would not welcome them with open arms, though diplomacy has been attempted. For now, I can only assume there's enough of them that have vendettas that won't be satiated simply by fair treatment. I would much prefer to deal with the White Fang. More reasonable folk for now, though still persecuted all the same under the current authority.
I heard Vale sees them and the Red Fang as one and the same.
Almost always in most places, there doesn't seem to be much worrying for breaking hair on the two. Something I'm sure has only led to more problems than solutions, obviously. If the Red Fang could present themselves in any sort of dignified and reasonable manner, I don't have any reason to turn my nose up at them. I've yet to see one, though. The king in the south only seems to be what an actual secessionist looks like.
Do we know who that is?
Yeah, he was on the monitor when they were giving at the rally, like at the end.
He's the Valish faction head of the Red Fang. You've
Okay.
just only recently heard of him. So
Gotcha. When he says
But
king of the
he's the
south, he's
people-
not. Is there like a city he's king of?
you guys don't really know much about him besides that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you can ask that.
It's
His name is Claudius Scaramouche.
the not retarded way to ask that.
You just ask her.
I mean, you guys aren't Valish, you guys
Yeah.
aren't from Vale.
You just
I don't
ask
think-
why he has that title.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
sure.
don't know why he has that title.
All right, fair. Why do they call him that?
The city of Limsenrock is, ostensibly to his claim, ancient land that once belonged to faunish tribes and civilizations, and the territories on the southern Vale, breaching into Western Vacuo themselves. He's used this tenuous claim to old-blooded royalty to style himself as a faunish king, leading his people back to the promised lands of their ancestors here in Sanans. In a bid to the old blood, a return to form for them, of dubious historical claim, but enough to rally them towards a different life. It's the same sort of hard-headed nationalism that leads to our own monarchy here, except you'll be witnessing the burgeoning of it, the messy parts that the current don't like to remember, bloodshed. Though, as you see, it's very effective at weaponizing the folk. I couldn't blame Faunus as much as I blame the own Valish citizens here for staying under the ruse of such an illusion for so long. It simply presents a problem. But who knows? As horrible as it could be if one day he establishes his kingdom back again, so long as they continue to act like civilized folk afterwards, maybe in a century we'll be dealing with them as simple neighbors in this region. I can't predict that far. I just hope my own citizens don't have to suffer under anyone else's reign.
I'm sure there are plenty of people that probably really don't want to see that happen here in Val.
Oh, yes. He's the regular boogeyman, isn't he? The evil king. He might as well be the deceiver himself to these people. Theatrics are frustratingly effective in politics.
Dr. Hamlin, do you mind if I ask you a question?
Sure, shoot. This is Q&A time, isn't it?
How did you get involved in everything, considering, how people view faunus here?
Oh, it's not really that funny. Well, me parents just weren't exactly, as cynical as they should have been, really, with my odds of succeeding anywhere. I just made sure to keep myself low down enough and not make problems as I tried to study, get crumbs I could. And by the time I got close to finishing any of my education to enter the field, I had just only realized then that I was getting only the bottom of the barrel at universities with enough leniencies to let me study under them. By the time I entered the field, I found no such employment for the most part. So I spent some years on my own parents' couch waiting for work until I nearly considered offing myself. Yeah.
How did it get better?
Oh, well, sweetie, I was mostly kidding, but I suppose I might have been a bit more dramatic back then and was thinking on a bridge when Monty came blustering in like an idiot. We were both younger then, and he was trying to stop me from throwing my life away or something ridiculous. I'm telling you, I really was just lost in thought, but I suppose it's that idiot's success and that idiot's ability to talk this rat off that bridge, she says with quotation marks, that I was able to finally find a partner to work with, and who conveniently had a bit of change with him. So I guess you could say I just got here because I'm a gold digger.
What? Good job, Dr. Merlot.
Yeah, I mean, look at how... It's annoying that other people didn't think she'd be of any... I mean, I couldn't believe it when I saw her own research myself. Monty. She's talking about the faux suicide part. Well, in my defense, he looked really sad. And it was a bridge. Yeah, so I guess you could say I mostly lucked into it. But, I mean, a little bit of luck went a long way.
Yeah, I mean, as Clara looks around the room and at Al's terminal and stuff. Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
Well, thank you.
You've done a lot of things here that I think would make, well, some of my friends real surprised, considering how much of a fascination they have with this type of thing.
Oh, that's nice. I think you mentioned them once or twice before. Well, hopefully we'll be able to invite them over someday, assuming we're not all put on the chopping block after all of this.
I think they want to try and give you a run for their money, and who knows more when it comes to these type of things.
Oh, good. Competition would be nice.
Huh. I think I kind of got everything out of this for now. I mean, I know what I'm gonna do next, but just head out there and place the beacons in that radio transmitter when, you give the word.
Right. Good. It'll be tomorrow. Around midday, you can come by, and we'll have a truck loaded up, and you can take it. It shouldn't take more than the afternoon, maybe by dark, but with the vehicle and everything, you'll be able to hit up all the locations. Good, I was kind of worried that telling you after you got there about the capturing process would be rude, but we were assuming you should stay as informed as possible back then. Honestly, even if it is a problem that some people know, I prefer it this way. I don't like keeping secrets much. It makes me stressed out and stutter.
Yeah, not exactly a fan of it myself.
Oh, you two are real peas in a pod, aren't you? Right. Oh. And if I could ask, I know my boy might be bothering you all still. Just have patience with Hans. He's a slow learner.
Seems like a nice kid. I don't mind, indulging him.
Don't indulge him too much. He needs to learn discipline.
Yes, sir. Are there any do's and don'ts I should know?
I'm sure you have enough common sense to figure out not to teach him how to use one of your weapons.
No, sir. I would not let him touch it.
Do your best to dissuade him from becoming a huntsman.
Yes, sir.
Right. Have I provided you with all have I all provided you enough satisfying answers? I'll look over back towards Viridian.
You know, I rightly can't tell what the end result. Now, I know the process, I figured that out, but I can't rightly tell what the end result difference between secession and independence is. You mind explaining that one?
It's not full independence we're looking for. All my party looks for is stripping powers from the powers that be currently and redistributing them among the parliamentary forces. The government of metocracy that I'm looking for wouldn't have so many powers invested in the royal authority themselves, nor special powers put in place with noble houses. We're simply attempting to put forward an idea that our nation would benefit under this standard: democratic and metocratic rule. The king is not someone we wish to depose, mind you. It would be foolish even if we were that anarchistic about it. But there's no use to remove an authority figure like that, especially with the benefits it brings. I merely wish for them to become less deeply intertwined with the political landscape of our government, so we can focus on the decision of people who live here rather than those who rule over them for their leaders. I would like to be in power here, not because I rub the right elbows against people and grease enough palms, but because I was able to prove through my own merit that I had been a correct choice to govern this land. Just like how I picked my cabinet and my company, he says, looking at Piper and Montgomery, in the same way. I have no more use and time in my life for dealing with incompetency. Thus, I see it only to benefit the nation. Vale lags behind almost every nation in this regard. Even Mistral, despite what they'll say, has a government run more so by their cabinets rather than their emperor. And that is truly a backwater in their development. Their villages are poorer but more populated than most, because they found a balance of things. I don't wish to emulate them by any regard, God has helped me. But I mean to say that even the most looked down upon regions, such as Vacuum, has independent city-states that run themselves more efficiently than our ancient civilization's crown. And, as you've seen, the heir apparent, is less than an ideal candidate with his tempers. The boy prince is ill-fit, and will, considering his father's health, take his crown sooner rather than later, in a cynic's view. My people tell me that the man is closer to in a coma than they say.
Alright. Well, all cards on the table. I don't see any reason to hold. He'll look at Montgomery. He'll look at Monty and Piper, and then back at Otto and go, well, all cards on the table. I don't see any reason to hold myself back anymore. Everything you're saying sounds nice, but lots of people are able to make things sound nice. Why should I trust your saying all of the things you actually feel?
That's the trouble with politics. I can butter you up as much as I need to, but it wouldn't affect how you truly see things. All I can present you is this currently. The most logical and simple answer to a huntsman. You've been told to leave your post by the crown, and I'm begging you to stay and do your job. Should you need more than that?
Brinian will close his eyes and go, "Now, me personally, I've never been one to listen to what a noble has to tell me.
I can't blame you necessarily.
He's gonna open his eyes and look back at Otto and tilt his head and go, "And I'm sorry to say, but between the two talks I've had today, you're not the one who struck me as you're not the one who struck me as talking the most like a knob."
Ah, how unfortunate. Well, the boy prince has much more weight put on his shoulders. I imagine he can't decide to recognize the logic of things, right?
I get that. I really do. I have friends who are in a similar situation. Not as much pressure as Artie definitely gets. But the thing is, those friends of mine, they walked away from it. They both genuinely want to be huntsmen and do that instead of going along with it. He's gonna shake his head and go, "And if you're being genuine, I'm not gonna say you're walking away from power, but you definitely are sounding a whole lot less like those selfish nobles that they get over in the places I'm familiar with."
He'll nod. Well, you're right about that. I wouldn't necessarily lose much assuming things go my way. Being the beacon of this new change would win me some popularity assuming things go well. I must admit, I have less risk at stake here than that. You're right.
So I asked Artie this. Might as well ask you. You get everything you want here and you get more power. Are things gonna get better? Or are people just gonna be safe?
Of course they'll get better. I wouldn't waste my time with this if I could sit on my laurels with my house's reputation.
Woo-wee! Viridian whistles. You didn't even waste a breath on that.
It's the easiest thing to say. The truth. I don't have to lie or butter it up.
Alright. Well, assuming you're telling the truth, I know what side I'm on now. I'm standing on. Side where there's people in danger from Grimm.
Very good.
I feel the same.
Do I feel like he's lying?
You can give me a rapport, yeah. That's a completely fair question. We've got an entire conversation without anyone checking.
My name's Claire May. My name's Claire
Well,
May.
now we can check if like every instance. This counts for all of them. This counts for all of them.
Oh no!
Every
you broke
instance.
The machine. You broke the machine. Let's get a replay.
Well, no, it's been a week. I just forgot to do this.
Yeah, I know.
Well, my report is pretty shitty, but I'll still roll.
Of course. Go for it.
Well, yeah,
I really
Fucking
want to care
shitty.
about,
well, my name's Claire May, and he's the last person who talks, so I trust him.
Phase.
I really only care about how, just like with Artie, about how he answered that last question.
Already broke
Yeah.
the table. That was fucked up.
It's true, he did, but
Already lost his cool, man. He wasn't having a good time. You think Barnaby's gonna do that? He goes over and breaks the Jello machine.
I mean,
He
No.
goes over, puts his mouth on the and starts pouring it in his mouth.
yeah.
Viridian
Okay,
base-
this isn't as dangerous, but this is much scarier.
Well, I mean, look at him. It's obviously how it goes.
No,
I
sir,
guess
your
you-
cholesterol.
I stress it all the time.
I guess you could say Viridian was on Artie's jury. Asking him the final question. I just got one question I want to ask Artie.
Viridian literally is doing Survivor questions. Fuck, you're right. That's so funny. Alright, anyway, Liam, yeah. Gwen thinks when he says, like, yeah, of course I'm gonna make things better. It seems pretty genuinely honest. You don't think his bullshit about, like, meritocracy and shit is coming out of nowhere. This sounds like a genuine assertion of, yeah, no shit. Especially followed by, like, his point of, why would I endanger all of my positions for this if I didn't think it would be better? He seems frustratedly sincere about that, at least. To your perception, or your report.
Sure.
Yeah.
I remember that was, like, the impression Clara got when they talked to him after Red Wall, where it's like, he seems very sincere, and I can at least respect that even if I don't agree with everything he says.
Yeah, you did report him then, and it was the same sort of thing. Yeah. Whether it was just on higher.
Well, I didn't do it now.
Sorry, you gave him like the villain mustache, and he's bald, so I just assume he's evil.
He is quite a dick.
That is the face
This is
of a
the pretty boy prince.
That is the face of a good guy.
Yeah, but look at his kid. He's smiling.
You should look at them
But
specimen.
look at his allies. 2 confirmed villains.
Look at the. Really, Dr. Merlot? The video game?
The video game guy? Dr. Merlot? You mean the guy from Grim Dawn? You mean, like, the Grim Eclipse guy?
Dr. Merlot,
Him?
Dr. Merlot, can we save you?
Try hard enough, yeah.
Thank God, because
Roll a 20.
Hoggies.
Okay. Yeah. So that was that anything Gwen wanted to say after feeling that Liam, besides just like, okay.
No, she'll nod at, everyone else saying stuff and keep her thoughts to herself.
Good. Like she should learn to use the gun.
Jesus, man, come on.
Fucking bitch!
Keep it going.
Well then, I believe we now have our full cards on the table. Of course, feel free to ask for any more counsel. I'll make time for it, though I will warn you that my timetables are getting tighter, as you won't be the only one working hard for the benefit of this place.
We'll keep that in mind.
We'll always be here.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk a lot more, Dr. Merlot, Dr.
Yeah.
Hamlin.
Good. Yes, of course.
Well then, I should be going then. I'll be taking the rear exit again, Merlot. He'll walk out, his cane clicking, as he regards you all with one last stare and a nod before he'll make his way out. Monty will sink in his chair.
That went pretty well. Good.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I didn't expect him to be here.
Really? Did you think we'd just talk to you about this sort of thing? I mean, I appreciate the assumption that we have some level of authority, but at the end of the day, we're doctors and scientists first.
Oh, yeah, but I didn't know kind of who was doing what.
Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I never know what this sort of thing will be either. Otto's always been the one to tell me how to not ruin my image any further after my leaving the family and stuff.
I mean, do you, like, really leave the lab much to ruin it further?
No, that's, luckily it was he agreed on that being a good idea for the most part.
Oh.
Besides saying I need sunlight.
I guess
Which, I mean, is a little unfair since it's kind of harder to get here, but the dust lanterns and things do still provide the same vitamins still.
That's good.
Yes, Monty, thank you for that.
Claire will take out a scroll. I guess I can turn Al back on.
Oh, don't worry, he wasn't off.
Right. Well, I mean, I didn't exactly not expect that.
My position is once again to assist for your benefit. And, well...
I'm sure.
Yes, I've been looking out for everyone here. After all, I had the most confidence that you would agree with the mentality we have here at Merlot Labs. The benefit of society here.
I thought you couldn't do that type of thing. Like, read people like that?
Oh. Not easily, but I've gathered much information on what you've all said.
Oh,
You've
okay.
talked to me plenty enough, and I've listened to you talk.
Oh,
I
well,
don't think all of you are hiding your true selves 100% of the time.
I guess that's fair.
Besides, I trust Dr. Hamlin's judgment of all of you. Yeah, and I only say good things.
That's good to hear.
Isn't it?
Uh,
Well, once again, I hope you all aren't too sore about this sort of stuff, but this sort of thing's normally better kept from people. Just so it doesn't complicate it further. Honestly, that whole could do with the mines was a real toss-up for everyone.
I'm just not exactly good with this whole kind of noble political thing.
Oh,
It's a learning experience.
Yeah, I mean...
A lot of mistakes I don't think I'll make in the future as a huntsman.
Speaking
yeah,
of,
I mean...
speaking of that, I might as well give Rosalind a call and tell her we'll be back after like a week.
Be careful what you say on official communication lines, by the way.
Is
There's
telling
a good
her
chance the Valish government's tapping in on those.
is telling her timetable not good?
Nah, it's fine. That's one of the things we suspect is already out there. I mean, realistically, if they're actually paying that much attention, they should know the progress of the tunnel.
Well, we'll tell them that we're not leaving.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
Honestly, like the governor said, or no, like Otto said, you guys haven't done anything wrong. You're huntsmen in training still, but you're still huntsmen. Your duties have always been towards protection of people from Grimm. Every nation has laws for protecting you from that sort of thing. It's not exactly a popular thing to pursue legally against huntsmen. I mean, unless you're in Mistral, but even there, they're still careful with it.
Probably something I should keep more up to date on each place they end up going.
I think they only start teaching you all that in your third year, after all. That's fine. Besides, I also wouldn't worry too much about your friend Artie. I mean, the prince is a little bit of a dick in this sort of thing, but you gotta remember, he's your age too. I mean, could you imagine little Hans having to take responsibilities like that on his head? He wouldn't know how to handle it. Not everyone can be such a stodgy little schemer like Otto is, and handle it well. Look at Monty. He lost his mind and sold off his noble titles. I think this stuff does real bad things for the head, having that much responsibility, so I'm sure in there he's still your pal and everything. He's just struggling to comprehend how to handle it.
Yeah, I felt like he was saying everything out of what he thought was the best for us.
Well, you're a sweetie, Clara, but I'm more worried about Viridian thinking too poorly of him.
Huh? Oh. Yeah, Viridian's going to throw his hands behind his head and go, yeah, that's fair.
Give him some time, you know? I'm sure one day you'll be able to have a better sort of understanding on it. You're all kids still to a degree. Young adults, sure, but... brains don't really stop developing till you're in your mid-20s or so y'all still have a lot of time to get going on your hands.
Oh man, are you saying this thing can get bigger? Viridian's rubbing his head.
Unfortunately, honey.
Terrible.
Don't worry,
Not
you
honey,
got
she
plenty of
said
space.
pulpit. Yeah, doesn't he?
Well, I think I'm feeling better about the situation now.
That's a relief. So you'll all be good for tomorrow's work, yeah?
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'll have Al patch you in the route you'll take by tonight.
Right. We'll make sure to study it, then report here noon tomorrow.
Right. You can figure out which one of you will drive first, also. You're all trained how to drive by now, right?
I've driven a motorcycle plenty of times.
They're 19 and in the Huntsman Academy, Monty. They trained them how to drive those bullheads. I think they can handle a truck. Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Oh, well, that's reassuring. Good. Right. Now, unless y'all want any jello, you can go relax now. I bet today's been a bit of a headache.
I'll take some.
Sure. Go for the jello tanks. Fill up and you guys can head out of here unless there's anything else.
Keeps eating. Oh, this car has new character traits. She eats every scene. I'm loving these new gimmicks we're throwing in. That's what Noah said. He
came
said,
up with a lot of good gimmicks in the week we didn't play.
Yeah, I'm just trying something, you know?
I know. He said, dude, I'm really sick of us not having a funny joke every second.
Hungry.
Hungry. That's the new meta game. You each get a card, and that's the new character trait.
Yeah, every week Noah gives us just like a fucking...
Car is hungry. Viridian's suspicious. Sus. Damn, guys, I love Among Us. It's still popular.
God, that motherfucker said among earlier in the scene, and I almost lost it.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you have no self-control.
We're just
Actually, well, I guess you do, but
everyone
you
in the
don't.
world is playing the game where they have a fucking, like, post-it note with a word put to their head, and they have to guess what it is.
I hope they had HoloLife skins for Among Us. That'd be weird.
So cool, dude. God, man. God, I love Crony.
Damn, dude, can you be a favor and release this 3 months later or something? I don't really feel like it'd do well, like coming out like the week we actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna go visit my favorite Japanese prime minister. I hope he's doing well.
That's a good idea. And with that,
That's a good one.
And with that, since you all have nothing else to say, I think that's a good spot for us to end off on.
No combat? Oh my god. Oh my god, no, dude.
Grim pops out of the jello machine.
Damn. Yay!
Yay! That was
total-
fun. I didn't you know, maybe it's just because it's been a week, but I didn't expect one thing to be said in that conversation, but I'm kind of like the direction we're taking here. Very fun.
Wait, what?
What?
What do you know?
Are you saying
He's not gonna
you didn't
tell
expect
you.
to tell him about the tunnels?
Oh.
Yeah, well, maybe things got lost in translation. You know, it's been a week.
I think
It's
it
been a
worked.
week.
I think it worked out.
I'm pretty sure we
No, I
decided
don't
not to
need
tell
your-
him that last week, but
Dude, it's so
you know,
funny.
it naturally came out.
Dude, it's so funny that might have been it, but you know what? I don't care. Like I said, this is my I don't care. I gave you all this info. I'm glad to see people doing stuff with it finally. Fuck it. Finally telling people things.
Stupid. I keep opening my fucking mouth.
That's
Don't
awesome.
worry, it's for the best.
Don't
I think we're
worry,
in a good
Murray. He
spot
already
now.
said it beforehand. Yeah, but I didn't
It's-
know that.
It's fine. You got to see a bunch of funny reactions.
No. I think it was good. I liked it. Yeah. Oh, who fucking cares?
I hate that guy anyway. Fuck that kid. He's so annoying.
Hey, Rosary, want to try and fuck someone that's not a fascist?
It's a nationalist. What's the difference?
I don't know words. Fuck, I didn't repeat them on the internet. Yeah, no, it was fun. Any final comments? Or do I have to suddenly remember how to do this?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Clara continuing her matchmaking with Artie.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Sure it won't be awkward moving
I'm
forward.
I'm sure everything is gonna be fine, and like that hasn't been superseded by any such tension.
God, he's like any excuse to get out of role playing. Fuck, man.
Yeah, you know me, I fucking hate it.
I know, it's so fucking annoying. This guy. That's good. I'm glad we could make it this week.
Yeah.
Rose.
Yeah, Richard, Ben, you guys feeling anything like after a week?
And went the RB.
Oh, that's fine.
Man, a hurricane hit me in that week. You're gonna have to get back to me.
Sick.
What hurricane is that?
I don't wish to speak its name.
Yeah, shut up.
Hurricane that should not be named. All right. Well, if we are all done with final comments, if you like what we do here, please like, comment, and subscribe, and tune in for more timely content at a regular schedule.
We have a podcast.
Yeah, tune in to our podcast that we do every week here on the channel.
Motherfuckers,
no.
I keep asking.
Oh no.
I keep declining.
We're back on the track, baby. Never said that in line. So, please let us know what you like, what you dislike. We can take it. And
It's
just
never my fault.
and show us some support. If you're wondering about New Dawn Pirates,
No.
it wasn't popular, discontinued.
Yeah.
So
Don't let them lie to you.
So please just tune in next time. It's been a week. Forgive me for the sloppiness of this.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. It wasn't my fault. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Dun, 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 dun. Hey, see you next time, hopefully sooner.